Hi, Tyler. Hi, Imperial Legion Soldier. What's going on, man? Good to see ya. Very, very nice to see you guys. Thank you for coming to the live stream. I greatly appreciate it. DC is here. Pluto Rambo is here. Dude, yeah, I'm right there with you, man. Praise be to Judaism. That's not something that I normally preach on the channel, but I am in full agreement with it for sure. I am absolutely in full agreement with it. I'm a big fan of Judaism. I always have been. Oh, Israel Lopez is here. XESV is here. No Hinge updates today? No, you know what? I mean, to be fair, there are some Hinge updates, but I just didn't put anything in the title. But yeah, I mean, dude, I guess there is some stuff we could probably look at on Hinge. Let me see exactly what's changed. We certainly have more matches for sure. We certainly have more matches. Yeah, we could take a look at it. We could take a look at our Hinge for sure. I mean, why not? Oh my God, Mr. President's here. What's going on, guys? Oh, I know. What an amazing game last night. It was incredible. I mean, Luka is he's unstoppable. And I knew that the Wolves, they shot lights out game one. I knew they couldn't keep it up. There's no way they'd be able to keep it up throughout the series. No shot. And even us playing small ball, like we didn't even have Jackson Hayes in the game. And Rudy Gobert couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? I think, Lakers suck, bro. Wolves are better than them. Check Discord. Why? What's going on Discord? Do you follow the NBA? I follow the Lakers in particular. LeBron played old man energy last night. I mean, you know what though? He had some moments of like run into the basket. He had that one moment to the end of the game. They didn't end up counting it, but he hit them. Oh God, who was it? It was the very end of the game when it was starting to get tight, and he missed a shot, and LeBron ran up and dunked it off the miss, but he ended up being a shot clock violation. But who is we? Who is you? I don't know what you're talking about, Jerusalem. Oh, hi, Zach Lemon. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I don't know what you guys are talking about with the Discord. What's going on? Yeah, look, I don't know, Jim. I don't know. I will wait until I hear it out of Dana White's mouth. I'll wait until Dana White himself is the one saying this. You know what I mean? Just some random person on Instagram posts that some fight's happening. It's like, oh, great. Great. Nah, yeah, we're going to wait. Is JJ Redick the Trevor Whitman of the NBA? I mean, he certainly has done a very good job, I think. I think he's done a very good job. I uploaded the video. Should I tell Shay now? Well, Fat Guru, you just told me. Wait, you posted your video of my reaction to the. Oh man, I'm nervous. You did? But hold on, I'm looking for it. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm pulling it up right now. Let me see. Fat Guru, I don't see it. I'll send you the link. Oh, it's unlisted? Oh, okay. Yes. Let's watch it. Dude, yeah, we'll watch it on stream. Oh, I'm nervous. I'm really nervous because I know how much work goes into what you do, Fat Guru. What's up, Pokey Bear? Streaming so early? I feel like I normally stream around 9 a.m., right? Normally, around that time. I mean, it depends. It varies slightly, but it normally around 9. Okay, so yeah, okay, Fat Guru, how am I going to allow you to send it to me? Fat Guru, do you have me on Instagram? You could just DM it to me, I guess. That could be the way we do it. I had to re-edit because of copyright, so it ended up worse. Oh, I mean, dude, I think it's gonna be incredible no matter what. What's the topic today? Did you feel like it didn't? Do you feel like the title and thumbnail didn't accurately depict what we're doing today? I did my best. I mean, look, clearly, we know for a fact, based on everything that happened yesterday, that news is dropping soon, right? So essentially, what I heard was that Netflix isn't very likely to take the UFC's offer of $1 billion per year, you know? So the UFC needs to make something happen, essentially. We know things are in motion, announcements are coming. I took essentially every single possible fight announcement that could happen that we're waiting on, and I'm ranking it. That's what I'm doing. Gay Shay reacts to Oliveira versus Chandler 2. Okay. All right. We'll watch it right now. We're going to watch it on stream right now. We're going to watch it on stream right now. Damn, a 20-minute video. Wait, how the hell did you pull up the chat? Oh, and I'm shirtless, I just realized. All right, this is going to be great. I'm excited. Oh, let me pull up my second monitor real quick so I can read the chat as we do this. All right, here we go. Gay Shay reacts to Oliveira versus Chandler 2. All right. Let me turn this shit up. What's the desktop audio at? Desktop audio, we'll turn it down just a wee bit. Just a tad, so there's no echo. Exclusive first look at Fat Guru's new video. Yeah, this is, yeah, exactly.
Shit,
Let me know how the audio is. Let me know what you guys think about the audio. In fact, actually, let me actually. Oh, dude, but no, I don't think so. I'm wondering if my stream's gonna get copyright claimed. I doubt it.
They're walking out. I kind of like Michael Chandler. Here we go. Shut up, Jacob! Shut up, dude! What the fuck's your problem, bro? Oh, Essence became a Shay. Let us get a prayer in before Charles defining shit. He's walking out. Okay, let me do a prayer.
Dude, I love how you put the fight on the curtains behind us. Like, that must have taken a lot of work, dude. That's some pretty top tier editing right there.
In Hebrew, because I'm Jewish. It's not bad. Shalom. Here we go.
First of all, does anybody know where I get that from? Does anybody know where I get my Hebrew prayers from? In fact, it's from a Family Guy episode. It's from the Family Guy episode that Lois finds out that she's Jewish, and then Peter decides to become a Jew, and that is how he speaks Hebrew. It's just like that. Yes, Tyler. Just like that is how Peter does it. So I did it myself.
Here we go. Oh my god. There's Michael Chandler. Fuck me in the fucking ass. God, his shoulders look big, dude. God, his shoulders look big. Can I cash out my account?
The one you were watching while brain dead? Yes, exactly.
Fucking shit in here. I'm alright now. I'm so scared, you guys. I'm so scared.
I can squeeze over the chair.
Ah, you can't. Ow, that hurt.
I was so fucking scared for this.
It is Robbie Lawler. God, Chandler looks like a buffed hamster to the max.
Oh, it's Ollie. I miss Ollie.
God, so meaty, so veiny. He looks like the hamster from Overwatch. That's what Soccer Man said. Yeah. Fuck, dude. Fuck, I'm nervous. Dude, no 38-year-old looks like that, man.
Yeah, dude. This guy's shooting on the ass.
Of course he is. Oh god, I'm so fucking nervous.
My hero.
Am I the best fighter between all my friends? Dude, I literally, and I've referenced this before on stream, I have my own MMA team, and they are all members of my MMA team. Armin just competed in his debut tournament. I posted the video members only on my channel of him winning his gold medal match. Jackson trains with us. You know, Holloway trains with us.
Oh, shit, what happened?
ESPN is lagging.
Thank you for the $2, John B. Shakur. Chandler has an aura. I'm scared for Olives. Dude, shut up, dude. Shut up. We're back.
No,
Don't worry, we're
Ollie's
back,
not
boys.
dead,
We're back.
but
We
I
got this
lost
team
him in the
back. Charles
divorce.
is walking out. Charles is walking out. Charles is walking out. Charles is walking out. This is not a drill. Oh, fuck. Come on, Come on, Charles. You got this. Everybody give Charles your energy like it's Goku with the fucking spirit bomb. Give him your energy. Give him their energy. Come on, come on. I just need his fucking hands up, and I want a lot of kicks.
Alright.
I want a lot of kicks out of Oliveira. A lot of kicks. That's what I want. Christian Lacknett, thank you for the 5 pounds. Hey, Shay, thoughts about pigs today? Looking at a Chan log makes me think of a meaty boar. Dude, yes. I don't know, man. I don't know, but check out.
Dude,
yes.
I miss Christian. You guys remember when Christian would come into the chat and always talk about pigs? I haven't seen him in fucking forever.
Let's go. Come on, come on.
Is tweaking.
Dude, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. What the fuck are those shorts, dude? What are Chandler's shorts? Charles' shorts. His custom shorts look like rags.
He said something about favelas. Oh, the favelas.
God. Why does Oliveira keep getting more tattoos? He looked so cool with the sleeves and that one chest piece.
Oh,
Fat Guru says
it's always all love.
Charles dead Bronx Oliveira, dude. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh god, this is it. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Ah shit.
He's minus 250?
Yeah, he's minus 250.
Man, I wish I had a heart rate monitor on during this fight. I should have had a heart rate monitor for this fight. It would have been through the fucking roof.
In every single fight, but still, it's all round one, dude. It's all round one.
Slow start.
If Oliveira, dude, we ain't getting a slow
start.
We need.
You're tweaking out.
And you guys remember too, at the time of this fight, Jackson had a bet going where he needed this fight to go to decision, and he needed Stipe John Jones to go to decision, and he was gonna make $100 turn into $100,000. And I was telling him that he was fucking crazy for betting on this fight to go to decision. I told him he was crazy.
Composed.
This motherfucker went, we need a slow start. Like, have you ever watched either of these two individuals fight, bro? Oh, shit. Oh, guys, God, those chest tattoos, man, there wasn't enough space for them.
Right here.
Why is there white shit on his face? What'd you guys do to him? Who nutted on his face, bro?
You're the only one here.
Shit, fuck. Everybody, give your energy to him like he's doing the spirit bomb. Give Charles your energy, everybody. Give Charles your energy. Ah, shit. Ah, fuck. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. You shut the fuck up, dude.
He's gonna win.
Oh, God, it's this dumbass Keith Peterson reffing, bro. This is the kind of guy that's going to stop the fight real prematurely. I can smell
Dude, but at the time, we didn't know that Chandler was washed yet. Like, we didn't know that Chandler was washed. I mean, his last fight prior to this one was Dustin Poirier. And, dude, like, he had Dustin Poirier in trouble during that fight. Like, we had no idea he was washed. And, I mean, even then, dude, I feel like Oliveira... honestly, it was just better in this fight than his initial fight. I think he was a lot more defensively sound up until the 5th round.
Ah, shit. Okay, come on.
Oh, Darth Malgus, thank you for the 100 rupees. Make a tier list of the best leg and knee striker. That sounds like a very niche tier list, Darth Malgus, but I'll write that one down. Darth Malgus, thank you so much, bro. I really appreciate the 100 rupees. I love you.
Hands up, Charles. Hands up. Yeah, yes. Hands up, Charles. You got this. Nice.
Good.
Yes, more kicks, buddy.
They're starting slow, boys. This is what we like.
I'm gonna vomit.
Let's go.
Yes, I like those knees to the thigh from Charles. More of that. Yes. Good shots, Charles. Good shots, good teeps. This is an old 38-year-old withered man blasting HGH, TRT, and PCP. That is nothing you've never seen before.
That is nothing you've never seen before.
By Charles. Go back to that calf kick. Yes, good jab by Charles. Good jab by Charles. This is a new improved Charles Oliveira, I think. Yes, he checked that leg. He checked that leg kick. Chandler's getting desperate now, man. Chandler, I think, is done. I think he's resigned himself to lose. Nice right hand by Charles. Yes! Yes! More takedowns! Yes! This is what I wanted from him from day one.
Nice.
Knee bar! Knee bar! Knee bar!
No way.
You look insane compared to the others. I practically was. I practically was.
This is what I wanted from Charles. More takedowns. More takedowns. I want Oliveira to push on Chandler's left leg at this point and try to see, yeah, get that knee free. Oliveira's trying to get that knee free. If Oliveira can pass his guard, it's going to be trouble for Chandler.
Your boys look like they want you to talk less. I don't think they cared.
Oh,
This is
dude,
real
Jack.
good.
Yeah,
Okay, this is perfect, guys. This is perfect.
That was back of the head by Chandler. Take a point away, sir.
Ah!
Keith, take a point. That's back of the head. Keith, take
There
a
we go.
point away.
Don't stand them up.
But this is good, though, because Chandler is the most dangerous round one. This is really good so far.
And he gassed
So
up
is
quick.
Charles.
He gassed up
So is
quick.
Charles.
No.
Charles has a better gas tank than Chandler,
Yeah.
though. No, Charles easily won. He was better on the feet, better here. Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good,
It
we're
doesn't
good.
matter. It doesn't matter.
Dude, I'm
1-0
sweating
Charles.
fucking bullets under here, dude. I'm a little less shitting my pants now. Oh, dude, my adrenaline's going crazy.
Oh, shit.
Chandler is trying to set up that same shot he did to Dan Hooker,
Yeah,
going to
he
the
does
body.
that every fight.
Yeah, he's trying to set up that same shot to Dan Hooker.
He comes from a bad angle.
Oh, nice.
Oh, what happened? What happened? Shit. I love the pressure from Oliveira. Oh, good shot. He's running. He's running. He's a runner. He's a track star. Nice. Good shot by Oliveira. Nice. Good shot by Charles.
Get off the fence, Chandler.
Man, dude, Fat Guru, this is a great watch, man. I'm glad you edited all this. This is great.
Cool, calm, collected. Nice right hand. Chandler
I'm just waiting for Oliveira to get hurt and the back of the headshots to come.
Good guard by Oliveira. Good guard by Oliveira. He tried picking up that leg.
Charles is
Dude.
so sharp.
Yeah, Chandler.
Chandler's being mauled right here.
Yeah, he's being mauled.
Charles is
Nice,
so
good
sharp.
head kick.
Good.
Chandler's
I love
going
the
to
sound
explode
effects of the
here.
strikes, too.
He needs to be careful.
Yes.
Nice, good knee. Good knee by Oliveira. I like the front kicks by Charles.
Oh.
Another beautiful takedown by Charles. Beautiful takedown all the way to mount.
Mount?
I want some fucking 12-6. 12-6, Charles. Apparently Charles watches my videos, which, dude, you're welcome, you're welcome, Charles. Get me in your corner next time. Great spot from Oliveira. The problem is, though, mount is kind of a tough position to control. To finish, yes, but also just to control. Because if you posture up, like right how Oliveira is right now.
Oh, dude, what the fuck, Fat Guru? That's so mean, bro.
Opportunity to explode, but I don't know if Chandler's got it in him.
Dude, that is so fucking mean, Guru.
Oh, another good elbow.
35 more seconds.
Nice, good elbow. I love these 12-6 elbows. I love these 12-6 elbows.
Hold on.
Dude, look at this. Oliveira shooting takedowns. I fucking love it. This is what we needed from him, bro.
Chad, this is where we want over 2 rounds.
You guys remember if Jackson would have hit this bet, he was going to give people, he was going to give like $1,000 away to everybody in chat.
I really think Oliveira and his team, they've worked on a lot of the deficiencies he's had. I love that he's looking for takedowns because Charles has always had decent wrestling. But against Armin Islam, he never looked for it, ever. I love that he's going for it now. That knee tap underhook was beautiful. You know, it's weird. Chandler not fighting so spazzy and sporadic is kind of neutering his game almost.
Yeah.
Like you could tell he doesn't really.
It is his game.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the fundamentals to back it up. You know what I mean? He doesn't have the slick combinations or the head movement or the footwork.
When it's a 5-round fight, you can't really do that, you know? You're going to gas.
Yeah. Nice, good uppercut by Charles, but stay safe. Don't get Israel Adesanya right here. Right there, or Alex.
God,
Pereira,
dude,
I guess.
Oliveira's
Stay
boxing
safe,
looked good in
stay
this
safe,
matchup,
Charles.
man.
Don't run into any right hands. Yes, beautiful uppercut by Charles.
I mean, dude, John Paul, let's be honest. Jackson was dumb for betting. Dude, he bet on every single main card fight to go to decision, and it was just a fucking Hail Mary from the very start. Like, dude, it was the fact that we made it as far as we did on that bet was astounding.
Oh, good knee, beautiful knee. Oh, dude, he's back, bro. He's back. Expect a video tomorrow morning about how Islam gets crushed by this new Oliveira.
Punches aren't boxing, Shay. Thanks,
He's
yo.
back. Get those hooks in. Get those hooks in. Yes, this is it, bro. This might be game over.
I told you.
This might be game over.
I told you.
Body triangle, body triangle.
Oh, yeah, I know, Fat Guru. I remember. I know what you're referring to.
Oh, look at those 12 to 6. No, that's not back of the head. That's top of the head. That's not back of the head, Chandler. You fucking whiner.
I know, dude. Can you believe Michael Chandler right there is complaining about getting hit to the back of the head? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? This entire fight was back of the head shots from you.
No, that's a bad angle.
Oh,
That's a bad angle.
Way over the face.
Arm triangle though here now though. Arm triangle here though
Not
now.
enough time. Oh.
Whew, man. Fuck. Dude, literally, the video I made, the Charles Oliveira problem, where I was like,
Chat, we're looking good, chat. We're looking good. We're 7 rounds away.
Where I said, look, Charles needs to be looking for more takedowns. He needs to be causing scrambles. He must have fucking listened to it, man. This is a new and improved Charles Oliveira. And he beats Islam 50-45, I'm pretty sure. 50-45. Maybe not, but also maybe. Dude, if he ends up winning...
Oh, MMA Fan 12, thank you for the 2 pounds, dude. I really appreciate it, dude. Thank you. I love you, man. Love the Scottish flag in the background. I don't, though. I don't love the Scottish flag in the background, but I'm really glad that you do, bro. I'm really glad. You were so annoyed when Jackson was talking over you.
For every single main card fight to go to decision to win $60,000. So if this goes to decision and then Jones Stipe goes to decision, he turned $100 into $60K. All right, here we go.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I love Scotland. I've been there. I've been there before.
Looks a little more nice. Good takedown, Charles. Good takedown, Charles. Good shot. Keep him on his toes. Pressure him. Yeah, hands up. That was a good shot by Chandler, but as long as Oliveira's keeping those hands up, he's all right. Chandler looks full of blood. He looks tired.
He's gonna gas out right now.
Dude, that HGH gut on Chandler is looking hefty, man.
It's that GSP, bro. Oh!
Oliveira walked through that, though, man. Oliveira walked through that.
Oh.
Nice!
Oh.
Good knee. Nice counter by Chandler. Oh! Shit! Oh, dude, Oliveira checked that leg kick, and it made Chandler stumble. Dude, I don't know if this is going to decision. I don't know if this is going to decision, Jerry.
We needed him to stop. Yes!
Oh!
Dude, look at Chandler went for a fucking Uchimata right there. I didn't even really remember that. Chandler tried to fucking Uchimata him. I didn't even know Chandler had that in him.
He didn't get there, though. Again, though, if
How did he justify betting on Stipe going 5 rounds? He had no justification on any of these fights going over 5 rounds, except for the fact that $100 will win him 100,000. That's it. That's it. Darth Malgus, thank you for another 100 rupees, big guy. Thank you, bro. That's so fucking crazy. Dude, I am getting fucking... Dude, I have a lot of rupees in my bank account currently, thanks to you, bro. Karate versus boxing? What exactly... What's the context? I don't know what the context is of you saying that. But yeah, dude, karate versus boxing, bro.
Have a chance here, Jackson. Man, I feel so happy right now, man. Uh-oh, he's getting that arm through. He's going for that half Nelson crank. Thing is though, dude, Chandler just has no neck, bro. He's so compact and small. It's hard to submit guys like that. It's that jacked hamster build, bro. It's that jacked hamster build. Dude, this is why
what's better for MMA and a street fight? What's better, karate? I mean, it depends. Where the fuck are you training karate? Because 99.99999% of karate schools are like legitimate bullshit. But like if you're training at fucking Wonder Boy's gym, like they do like real kickboxing with a karate base. Or if you're like a really good karate point fighter, I mean, for sure. But like 99% of karate schools are just bullshit. You know what I mean? I think though, if you are training at a really good, like legit, like combat karate school, that is definitely going to be better than boxing. It's way more well-rounded of a just a striking art in general, you know. But like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you a good karate school near me. You know what I mean? So I'd probably stick with boxing.
Hey, for Charles. God bless Charles Oliveira. He's back, bro. He's back. He's back.
Oh, if only I knew what was coming.
6 rounds away from turning $100 into $60K. That would be legendary if you actually did that on stream.
Dude.
Oh man, dude, I'm just so, dude. Oh, God is great, man. God is
If
great.
only I knew what was about to happen in this next round.
I'm getting a lot of front kick KOs in the last 30 seconds messages. Here we go.
Oh,
Here we go. Round 5.
What is that? What is it?
Respect. It's respect.
Don't fucking dap him up, Charles.
It's respect.
Oliveira just needs to keep both of his hands up. You know what I mean? Both hands up.
Yeah, he doesn't though. Oliveira did not keep both of his hands up though.
No takedowns, Chandler. Just not no takedowns.
Chandler keeps going for that jab to the body. Oh, he got hurt by something. I didn't see what hit him right there. Was that a kick to the leg?
Oh.
Nice sprawl.
Oh.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I
Fuck.
Shoot! Clinch! Clinch!
Fuck.
Just hold him. Just hold him. Octopus guard. Octopus guard. Charles is going for a back. Back of the head.
No.
That's back of the head, you stupid motherfucker!
No.
God, you stupid motherfucker, Keith Peterson! That's back of the head! What the fuck? Hang him. Hold on for dear life. Hang on for dear life, Charles. Oh, fuck! No, hold him! Charles, hold him! Yes, here we go. Hold him now, hold him. Fuck.
No, okay, this is so bad for my parlay. Yeah, stand up.
I know. Fucking Keith Peterson's
Charles,
dog
grab
shit.
him, grab him. Holy shit, holy fuck. Oh my god, my fucking heart's gonna explode. God, those were all back of the head. Keith Peterson is such a stupid motherfucker, dude. What the fuck, bro? All of those shots were illegal. Yes, good defense, Charles. Good defense. Yes, triangle. Chandler's tired.
Stay there. Just stay there for the next
Still,
2 minutes.
Oliveira's safe here, though. He's safe.
Yes, stand up.
Yeah. Keith Peterson's far worse than Mario Yamasaki.
Charles, shoot.
Shoot. We need a shot.
Charles needs to shoot.
We need a shot, bro.
No, not against the cage. Come on, get out of the cage. Out of the cage.
Yes, against the. We need him off the cage.
Oh
bro.
god, I'm so scared.
Shoot, Charles.
Oh fuck. Charles, tuck that fucking chin, dude.
Shoot, Charles. Shoot. Yes.
Yes, we got this. Oh my god.
Finish him.
God, fuck me, dude. Jesus Christ.
He's gonna finish him.
It's not under.
No, that's nothing to no one.
30
seconds. He's gonna flip it in the back. He's gonna, what the hell is this?
Back.
Oh man.
Bro, put
Charles,
I was so happy after this fight, man. I was gleaming for days after this
Dude,
fight.
imagine he actually like fucking gets him back. Man. That'd be crazy. The king is back. The king is back. The king is back. The king is back.
One more, boys.
The king is back. The king is back. The king is back. He's back. Dude, I'm telling you motherfuckers right now.
I'm not.
Oliveira 50-45s Islam, no question. No question.
Oh my god, my heart.
Dude, he's
One
one.
more.
Dude, if Jones and Stipe goes to decision, he wins $60,000.
Actually more than that. It's like 100.
It's 100? What the fuck?
I used $200.
Jackson, I need John to hit a submission to hit my parlay, but if you hit it, can you just reimburse me my $200? Yeah.
You're 20 bucks. You're 20 bucks.
$200 is how much I'd win if he submits it.
2 rounds.
Dude, okay, so if Jones Stipe goes 2 rounds, he wins $5,000. If it goes to decision, he wins $100K.
So actually, I still think. Wait, no, he didn't win. Wait, no, he didn't win the $5,000 though, did he? Wait, when did?
That's back
I forget.
To the head. That is literally his forearm.
Wait, when did Jones finish Stipe? Was that prior? Yeah, that was in the second round.
Such a fucking dumbass, bro. I can smell the booze and cigarettes through my goddamn TV. God, dumbass Keith Peterson. He almost robbed our boy. He almost robbed our boy.
Oh, it was? Okay, so I think Jackson ended up winning the $5,000 then. But, dude, when you were that close to a fucking 100,000 and you only win 5, that is kind of rough. Because I was telling him the second he came over and told me what his bet was, I was like, dude, you're an idiot. You're an actual idiot. I'm like, fucking Charles and Chandler is not going 5 rounds. Like no shot.
Yeah, 400. God, dude, Chandler got away with murder during that fight, bro. Dude, we did it, bro. Chandler said fuck it and jumped backwards. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Dude, the king is back, bro. The king is back. This is a new improved Oliveira right here.
Champ has a name.
This is a new and improved Oliveira. Again.
Hey, shut up. Turn up. I speak Portuguese.
And they have a translator, dude.
I speak Portuguese. Much respect.
Oh, man.
Much respect.
Dude, the king is back, bro. The king is back. Oh, bro. Dude,
I'm gonna like this, Fat Guru. You did a great job on this video.
Yeah, dude, when he fights for the title again, we absolutely should.
I just need this fight to
Absolutely.
go 2 rounds.
Dude, this is great, bro. The king is back. He better call out Connor again. Dude, Chandler, I'm sorry, man. He's not coming back for you, bro. He ain't coming back for you, bro. Yeah, I mean, dude, that was an amazing fight, though. But, dude, my only thing that I loved about that so much was I loved that Oliveira was takedown heavy. Oliveira was the one, you know, enforcing his game.
Yeah, I am, bro. I am Pratham. You're right, bro.
On paper, Chandler should be a better wrestler than Oliveira, but, you know, it doesn't matter. When your submissions are that dangerous, your opponents have to respect it. You know what I mean? And again, it's interesting. I think an Islam Chandler Oliveira rematch is interesting. See, it's so easy. See, Dirtle, dude, it's so easy to say that now. It's so easy for you to say that now, but
We're gonna
dude,
be rich.
I'm already rich because I have you guys as friends.
dude, before
Oh,
this
how
fight,
nice of
bro,
Jackson to
before
even
this
say
fight,
that.
People were like, oh,
Little
God.
boss app.
This could change my life.
Damn, dude, Fat Guru, what a great video, man. Thank you so much for making that. That was just a great watch. That was just a great watch, man. That was just a great watch. And of course, you know, while I'm here, I want to do my daily plug for my Instagram. I really want fucking Dylan Dennis to notice me. That was prime Dirtle. So yeah, if you haven't followed me yet, please do add Shay Blair. But dude, yeah, Fat Guru, that was great, bro. That was a great video, dude. I greatly appreciate that one, man. I greatly appreciate that one. Thank you so much. Yeah, I love that. That was great. Can you add me to the Discord? I can't become a member because of my country. You know what, Fat Guru? I think you've earned it. Yeah, we'll get you in there. Just let us know your Discord username and and then we'll get you in there. Yeah. But anyway, guys, let's get on to this fucking tier list that I've designed today. Let's get on to this fucking tier list. I really don't know why Dirtle is telling me to check the band list, as if that fucking means something. Like, how would Dirtle know? Whoa! Giancarlo! Dude! Giancarlo Katana! What the? Dude, $20? Shay, this is a respect donation. Keep up the great work, Chad. Dude, what the fuck? Dude, that's crazy. Giancarlo, dude, thank you, bro. What did I do to deserve that, bro? Thank you so much. That's awesome. Dude, thank you. Dude, that is so fucking sick. Thank you so much, man. Dude, that's so fucking crazy. Thank you. And Squid Game, the 99-cent pounds. Dude, thank you so much, Squid Game. I love you so fucking much, Squid Game. I love you so much. I love you, bro. Thank you so much. Thank you. Damn, I accidentally sent money without the message. Oh, yeah, you need at least $2 to send a message. Fat Guru should make a new channel called Jewish Blair. Yeah, that's what I think you need, Fat Guru. I think you need to make, well, dude, but what other MMA YouTuber like does live reactions anymore these days? So there's not a lot of people you can do that off of, but you can make an individual channel for every single content creator, and you could do this shit full time. It was honestly, Fat Guru, it was sick that it was really cool that you put the fight on the blinds behind us. That was really smart. That was really smart. Black, okay. I did not say that. Jim Miller did. I just happened to read it. But anyway, guys. Are donations only through YouTube? I mean, dude, if you just want to like fucking send me a check, we can make something happen. If I had infinite money, I would do these videos for fun. I mean, dude, you do a really good job. Hi, Shay. Any dating updates since yesterday? I mean, you know what? To be fair, yeah, we can take a look at that real quick. I mean, yeah, there actually has been some. There actually has been some. I mean, sure. Yeah, we can do that real quick. Yeah. There's some updates. We'll take a look at it real quick. So yeah, dude, we got a lot of new matches. Let's see here, dude. Again, man, I'm doing really well with the African American demographic here in New York. I'm doing very well. Coffee likes me, however you pronounce her name. Coffee. She liked this video. Oh. Too many people are waiting in your reply. Damn, dude, I'm fucking balling clearly. A life goal of mine is to steal the moon. She's 21. I mean, dude, I don't mind her, man. She clearly likes Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I don't mind. Black girls love Jews. Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess so. But yeah, that last picture is a little scary. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I mean, so it's going well for me. But yeah, we have some new matches. Helena liked us. Again, Helena, I also think African American demographic. Dating me is like the 1992 US men's Olympic basketball team. So it's like the dream. You're doing so well. Some might say you're killing it with the African American population. I mean, yeah, maybe. But yeah, let's see. Me and Victoria, the goth chick that I was telling you guys about that I liked, me and her had a great conversation, but I kind of fucked up a little bit. She liked this photo. I said, that's what I told her. She told me she's doing good. She just had dinner. I was like, oh, so you're a great cook too. She said, I've been told I'm a great cook. What's your specialty? Pasta? I don't know if that's really a specialty, but you know. And I really messed up on this line here, but I said, did you hear about that famous Italian chef who passed away? I meant to say died, but because it kind of ruined the joke. But yeah, I said that, and she liked it. She laughed at it regardless. Of me really messing up the delivery. So I'm still kind of I don't know. I was gonna type that last message in, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll think about it. I mean, dude, I do like Victoria, man. I do like Victoria. Delete that right now. But yeah, Victoria's great. Let's see. Jalen liked me. Yeah, dude, Jalen, no, it's going well. Don't say that. All right, I won't click. Oh, dude, 9bit9. Click send now. Oh, fuck, 9bit9. Oh, dude, for $5, I kind of have to, don't I? But okay. But am I gonna get banned? Am I risking getting banned if I do that? That's the only thing that would prevent me from doing that. Fuck. But dude, thank you. Unnecessarily risky if you ask me. I know, but 9bit9 sent $5. I kind of have to do that. I don't know. People are telling me don't. Oh, look, dude, I'm sorry. Look, 9bit9, Aaron, who is kind of mom of the chat, is telling us no. She's telling us no. I don't, dude, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. Make a poll. Do it. Dude, I know, but for $5, bro. For $5 is $5. But Aaron told me not to, and I really trust her opinion on this. Listen to Aaron J. I know. Well, yeah, because she's wearing purple in her picture, so you know. Listen to I can't do it. I'm sorry. I literally can't do it. I literally can't do that. Don't do it. But dude, $5 though is $5, man. 9bit9, I do really appreciate the $5. You have no idea how much that's helping me out, man. Thank you so much. But I don't think I can. You proved you are genuinely a nice person from yesterday's stream. Keep up the momentum, dude. I'm charging back on my credit card for YouTube cops to show up, little bro. But 9bit9, dude, you know, I can't fucking, dude, Aaron's telling me not to, man. Yeah, Yeah, and this was another one with Denia too. She again, dude. I'm really doing well with one specific demographic on here, and dude, they seem to really like me. You might get catfished. Well, I don't want to get banned on this app, and that's really the one thing that I'm worried about, because you can easily get banned if she reports me for that. You know what I mean? And like Aaron said, it was going so well. But yeah, so it's going decent. But let's see, is there any new updates on that? Yeah, Alyssa liked us as well. Alyssa, I don't mind Alyssa. Alyssa looks nice too. Black Queens for Snow Bunnies never. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, in terms of the chick that thinks that I'm bedtime, that one hasn't really gone anywhere yet. But I still love this back and forth. I thought that was very funny. I thought that was very, very, very funny. But yeah, I mean, let's see what else. Their turn. Yeah, unfortunately though, yeah, dude, Steph seems to not want to hear the bouncy ball story that bad. And dude, I'm telling you, I was crushing over Steph really hard, bro. I was really crushing over Steph. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of in love with Steph, but I don't think she really wants to hear the bouncy ball story that bad. So that's kind of sad. I mean, yeah. Other than that, not much. I mean, let me see. Let me actually see the rest of my matches. Oh man, I literally can't. Okay, let me end some of these then. I think. Unmatch. Yeah, we'll unmatch her. No reason. I'll unmatch Quinn. I think that's pretty much over. I think Quinn and my relationship's pretty much done. Unmatch. No reason. All right, now let's see if we can see the other. Damn it, I still can't. Hold on. I don't really have a choice here. I'm gonna have to, Gabriella, I'll unmatch. I want to see the other people that have liked me, but I can't do it yet because I have too many people in the reply. Shay, make Hinge accounts for all your friends to maximize the amount of matches and content you get. Yeah, dude, this can be a nice little this could honestly be a nice little fucking side I can make a whole new channel for this. You know what I mean? I can do a whole new channel. All right, can I what the fuck? What does it want me to do? All right, I'm sorry, Helena. I'm gonna have to sacrifice you so I can see all my other matches. You know what, Victoria? I'm sorry. I do like, little bro's becoming a dating coach. Yeah, maybe. I'm sorry, Daneha. I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to sacrifice her for this. I think it's the people who have messaged me and they're waiting on me. Angelica wanted to hear the bouncy ball story. I'm sorry, you're not gonna be able to hear it. Okay, let's see. Maybe now I can do it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, she liked my video of me wrestling. That's nice. I'm sorry. I had to let Victoria go. I'll match with Coffee. Who else do I got? Oh, Ash matched with me, and she liked this photo. I agree. I like that photo as well. But let me see what we're dealing with Ash. Sending me flowers. The best way to ask me is by making the reservations. All right, interesting. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and we'll match again. African American demographic, and all the African American women really love that photo of me. Wait, do I still? Oh, okay, I still have Victoria. Okay, never mind. I'll keep Victoria. But who else could I get rid of? Indira. I'll get rid of Indira. I'm sorry, Indira. I just didn't feel the connection. I'm sorry. No reason. I really want to keep the bedtime thing going, but yeah, Jalen, I'm sorry. I'm gonna sacrifice our relationship. Okay. All right, now let's see who else I got. Anna B. Okay, we'll match. Alea like me. Again, man, I'm clearly doing very well with one demographic of women here for sure. Let's see. I think there's one more maybe. No, that's it. All right. Yeah, we'll keep Victoria, and I'll try to make something happen with that. What happened with the K1 chick? Yeah, the K1 chick, I got her Instagram, and nothing really went anywhere from us talking on Instagram a little bit. So, you know. Oh, Squid Game. Thank you for the $2.50, dude. I really, really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you. Shay got clipped yesterday and I still feel dizzy. CTE? No, I don't think it's CTE. Look, CTE takes a lot of time to develop. CTE develops years after a fighting career. It's definitely not CTE. You definitely got your bell rung. I would definitely avoid sparring and avoid any head trauma for a fair amount of time, because it's when you get clipped and your brain gets rocked is where you're the most susceptible now to like really having life-changing damage. But you could very well have a concussion, and if you have a concussion, you cannot take any more head trauma. For honestly, if you have a real concussion, I would take minimum 2 months off from any kind of getting hit in the head. And that's one of those things you really got to be careful with. You can't fuck around with concussions, man. You cannot fuck around with concussions. But dude, thank you for the $2.50. I really greatly appreciate it. But yeah, guys, so that's the update right now with Hinge. Yeah, second impact syndrome, as they call it. Exactly. For sure, Squid Game. You got it, buddy. You got it. Dude, 9bit9, I'm sorry for not being able to make your $5 worth it there, man. But I look, when it comes to dealing with women, Erin is my number one advisor on that one. And she said, no, I got to go with it. But 9bit9, I hope you know how much that $5 helped me out, bro. Thank you so much. All right, guys, let's get into the meat and the potatoes of our stream today. All right, I've got a tier list put together. Whoa, Ogre online, dude. Thank you for $5, Ogre. That's crazy. Thank you so much. That's why Max Holloway says he doesn't even spar, because you really can't recover and brain cells are finite. Yeah, I mean, yes, definitely. I mean, and I don't know about brain cells, but I know that there are certain things you can do to promote neurogenesis, which does kind of sort of heal and regrow pathways. I know that there's some promising research with like certain kinds of psychedelics can do that, and like hyperbaric oxygen therapy, even like sauna. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's the thing you really got to be careful of. If you get a concussion and then you get another concussion after that, it's really bad. That's where it gets really poor. So it's just like, I would stick to grappling, man. But yeah, I mean, dude, Ogre Online, bro, thank you so much, man. Exactly. Brain cells are finite. Don't play with that shit, bro. Don't play with that shit. All right, so look, as you guys know, right, basically, currently what's been going on right now with the UFC, let me actually shrink my face just a little bit. What's been going on with the UFC is that they're trying to get a Netflix deal done. They're trying to move away from the pay-per-view model, which makes a lot of sense. So many people can stream the fights so easily that charging people $80 for a pay-per-view is just horse. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like, there's no fucking point in even doing that. So they're trying to make a deal with Netflix, and what the UFC wanted was $1 billion per year for them to now host the fights and all the pay-per-views on Netflix. And Netflix was like, we're not really interested. So because of that, the UFC is specifically trying to make some shit happen. All of a sudden, the Conor versus Michael Chandler is in serious talks. They're trying to get some massive news out there. I mean, look, we already needed a lot of news from them, right? We're already waiting on some big fight announcements, but because of the Netflix deal, we know that news is imminent. Ilya Topuria, as we saw yesterday, is in training camp. Charles is now in training camp. So what I did here is I compiled essentially every single possible announcement that could happen, and I wanted to rank it on, how I thought the announcement was going to do, Would injecting stem cells somewhere around your neck fix some CTE? Laglager, that's a great question. That sounds like that's a question you got to ask ChatGPT. Because frankly, I don't know. I don't know. Netflix watched one Apex event and said, fuck that. Yeah, exactly. DDP never let me down before this. I forgive him, but I'm disappointed. Well, dude, the thing is, though, DDP, like, I know a lot of people are talking about, like, oh, DDP pulled out, da-da-da. He didn't pull out. There was no announcement. He didn't have a fight that he pulled out from. There was no fight. He's just injured. I heard he broke his leg or broke his shin is what I heard. So that means they're probably going to do an interim title fight at 185 then, it sounds like to me. So anyway, speaking of interim title fight at 185, starting off with our very first fight here, Khamzat Chimaev versus Kai Barallo. Now, again, right, I was almost certain that this is what they were going to do. I wrote out, I've got like 3 pages of notes written out about this matchup, Kai Barallo versus Khamzat. And I was just waiting to make a video about it, but nothing yet. But I really think they're gonna have to do some kind of interim title fight here. And honestly, look, in terms of it being Jewish, solid, it's definitely not what the fuck, Dana. I'm not gonna kill myself over it. I'm not gonna take my family with me, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I think that any fucking title fight with Khamzat Chimaev at this point right now is Jewish. And the reason why I think it's Jewish is because Khamzat is in such an interesting position right now where, again, right, Khamzat, when he first came into the UFC, was the fucking Terminator. He was the boogeyman. He seemed unstoppable. But what we learned from watching him was, if you can survive round 1, Khamzat immediately pretty much falls off a cliff rounds 2 and 3. And it was like, damn, maybe he's not quite as good as we thought. But then the Robert Whittaker fight comes around, and Khamzat tells us, I have a new camp now. I'm taking my health a lot more seriously. I'm not overtraining. I'm going to really focus on cardio. I'm going to really focus on pacing myself. And you're going to see a different Khamzat Chimaev. Then he goes out there, dominates Robert Whittaker, gets the rear naked choke over the face, snaps his teeth, which is kind of a sort of fluky finish. But what we saw was him dominate an absolute world-class contender. I mean, dude, think about it. If it wasn't for Israel Adesanya, Robert Whittaker would be considered one of the greatest middleweights ever. He would have beaten everybody up until Dricus du Plessis, and Khamzat daddied him. But the question mark of what happens to Khamzat rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5 are still out there. But that is what makes him so interesting right now. So, dude, frankly, I don't really care who you give him. But a Khamzat Chimaev fight, no matter what, is so interesting. To me, dude, it's got to be Jewish. It's got to be Jewish. All right. Oh my God, Meme Big 8, bro. Dude, thank you for the $5, Meme Big 8. Dude, that's fucking crazy. Dude, thank you. You guys have no idea how much that fucking means to me, man. Do you think DDP's shin break could kill his physicality advantage he's had over everyone? I mean, look, you're always scared of something like that, but Ogre online, $10. Jesus. Oh, we're going to get you, Ogre. I mean, look, I don't think so. I mean, look, DDP, if he really did fucking really break his shin, he's going to be out for minimum 6 months. But because he's not going to be rushing back to any fight, because they're probably going to do a Khamzat fight for an interim title, he should be able to take the ample amount of time off, maybe hop on some HGH or something if he's not already on it. I mean, you know what I mean? Pull a little Conor McGregor to allow your bones to heal. I don't know. But I don't think so. I mean, look, bones it's definitely not great to break a bone for sure. But what really affects you for life, what really affects you is tearing ligaments, because ligaments never really heal the same way. But a bone, look, it depends, but a bone typically can heal pretty well. The thing is, though, as far as I don't know if we have any orthopedic surgeons in chat, but it can take years for your bone to like actually get back to where it used to be. I mean, I broke the growth plate in my elbow when I was 16, and honestly, even after it healed and I had surgery on it, I remember like bonking my elbow on a table or a door, like, you know, 2-3 years after, and it still felt really sensitive. I would say it honestly took me about 5 years before my elbow felt 100% fine. So that definitely is a question mark, but I don't think so. I think that Drickus obviously is a very girthy individual. Drickus has a lot of size, a lot of juice to him. You know what I mean? He's very plump. He's very thick. He's a very thick man. And I think he already has the natural genetics that his physicality will not be fucking. I think we'll be all right. But dude, Ogre Online, dude, thank you so much for the $10, dude. I fucking love you, bro. If he broke his shin, he's out. You have to give up the belt, because if you're not John Jones, ain't no keeping the belt for years and years on. Recovery, he's lucky. He's never confirmed again. I mean, dude, that's a bleak way to look at it. But yeah, dude, I actually heard that apparently there was a UFC insider said that Hunter Campbell held a meeting about John Jones purposefully without Dana White. Purposefully, he was like, we need to talk about this John Jones situation, and we need to not let Dana White into this meeting, because he is not helpful here when we talk about John Jones. And it really makes you fucking wonder, why does Dana like John Jones so much? Like, is John Jones really that big of a pay-per-view draw that he's gonna allow him to be the longest reigning fucking champion of all time? But I know, dude, I know. Base Hunter Campbell, Red Rotten Man Guy person, I know. But it's fucking crazy. Imagine if they strip Islam just for Ilya to get finished in round 1 by Charles. How bad will this be for the UFC? I mean, that's the problem, dude. Ilya is a legit certified fucking star, dude. The amount of views he got within like 2 days of his Joe Rogan podcast was crazy. Yeah, I mean, yes, yeah, I think you're right on that one, Lagliger. It's just the fact that he hates Ngannou so much that he's pumped all of his fucking love and semen into John Jones. You know, Dana cheated on his wife with John. He doesn't want to snitch. But anyway, yeah, speaking of this whole John Jones debacle, the next possible outcome for a big announcement is Cyril Gahn versus Tom Aspinall, for Tom having a second title defense for his interim belt, which is just so fucked, dude. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I would actually really love to see Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn. I would love to see Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn, because Cyril Gahn is one of the few guys that who has really good footwork, who can move really well, who's, you know, very light on his feet, who can kind of match Tom Aspinall's speed and his movement. And look, I want you guys to remember something. Francis Ngannou, look, I understand that Francis Ngannou had 2, beat up knees when he fought Cyril Gahn, but Ngannou did not land a single meaningful punch on Cyril Gahn. He did not land a single meaningful punch. Like, Cyril Gahn stayed 100% defensively safe against Francis fucking Ngannou. Obviously, I think Tom Aspinall is a bit of a different beast than Ngannou when it just comes to straight up speed and technical boxing ability. But, I do think it's an interesting fight. But because of everything that's happened with John Jones and how fucked it is from the UFC, and again, like John Paul brought up, because Volkov should have got the decision over Cyril, I'm gonna say, all right, what the fuck, Dana? Like, that's not good enough for me. This is not good enough for me. All right, even though it's a good fight, it's a good matchup, and that's an amazing point, Jim Miller. We have talked about that. We've seen very, very brief instances where Tom's been sort of susceptible to body kicks. Again, he's got a giant fucking torso. He's got really short arms. His body is just there for body kicks. Like, Volkov landed a couple of decent ones on Tom. It's a very intriguing matchup to me, but again, I literally cannot support it because of all of the absolute horse shit that's happened with John Jones. So I'm gonna say, what the fuck, Dana? But now, this one I'm interested in talking about. Dude, Tom will submit him. I mean, yeah, for sure. But that, again, yeah, Pratham, that is a very good point. You would assume that Tom, with the jiu-jitsu caliber that he has, you would assume that Gane, well, I don't know. Look, here's the thing. Gane has claimed that ever since the John Jones fight that he's learned, like, oh shit, I better learn how to grapple. You know what I mean? Because for the heavyweight division, you don't need to know how to grapple typically unless you're fighting somebody as elite as John Jones when it comes to grappling. And Cyril just wasn't prepared for it. He's claimed that he's really dedicated himself to grappling since then. But I don't know. Yeah, you'd assume that Tom could probably find a sub, you know? But yeah, I mean, that is a good point, Jim. He did have a somewhat decent sub attempt against Volkov. So, I don't know. But anyway, this was one I was excited to talk about. I photoshopped this myself, by the way, earlier today on stream. I photoshopped this on stream. You guys might not have known this, but Shamil Gaziev just pulled out of his fight. Shamil Gaziev just pulled out of his fight against Dante Mayes, right? So, dude, I think that if Gane's not available, I think a Shamil Gaziev Tom Aspinall interim title fight is possible. I don't think it's very likely. I would give it a less than 0.1% chance, but I think that's something. Sorry, was it against Sergey Spivak, John Paul? I might have gotten that one wrong. But regardless, Shamil just pulled out of his fight. I think it's possible we get a new announcement down the line, man. Yeah, sorry, he pulled out against Sergey Spivak. My bad. But I think, dude, an interim title fight between Shamil and Tom. I mean, I think Dana understands how big of a draw Shamil is. Look, I don't know. But if this did get announced, I definitely would kill myself because, like, come on. But I'm not going to take my family with me. It's not quite enough. But, that would be something. I would definitely watch it. Sorry, my bad. Oh, Sadian Jackson, dude. Thank you for the $2, bro. Dude, thank you so much, Sadian Jackson. That's really crazy. I really appreciate it. If Islam loses to Ilya, does he rematch or move up? I mean, well, if he loses to Ilya, I do think at this point he's earned an immediate rematch. I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, if I don't think this is gonna happen. I couldn't imagine. But like, if let's just say hypothetically, Islam really doesn't have much success at all. Like, Ilya is just clearly way too dangerous on the feet. Oh, sorry, Caden. Sorry, Caden Jackson. My bad, Caden. My bad. Caden Jackson, thank you. If Ilya's moving forward, landing, well, I guess you couldn't be landing calf kicks because Islam's a southpaw, but, landing overhands, hooks, Islam kind of gets bitched around the whole time. Maybe there's nothing left. Maybe a rematch just isn't even interesting, and then Islam will have to move up. But if he were to lose to Islam and then move up, he's gonna need a number one contender fight against some high ranked guy at 170 for him to even be worthy of a title shot there. But I do think he's deserved an immediate rematch typically, right? All right, so the other option for an interim title fight at 185, now that Dricus has snapped his leg, is Amavov versus Hamzat Chimaev. Now, have you guys seen the video, funny enough, of Amavov absolutely bitching Cyril Gane around in the grappling? It's hilarious and low-key disrespectful that the Blob has become Shamil Fighter's nickname. MMA fans are funny as fuck. Shamil the Blob Gaziev. Dude, respect to Shamil, though, for, taking it on the chin and just becoming one with it. You know what I mean? That was the best business decision he could have ever made. Thank you, True MMA. I appreciate it. But let me see if I can pull that up just real quick. Cyril Gane grappling Amavov. Let me see if we can find it. Yeah, here we go, dude. Look at this, dude. Look at Cyril. Look at Amavov. Oh, it's kind of a shitty video, but dude, Amavov gets deep on that double leg, takes Cyril's back, is hitting these mat returns, and dude, Cyril, who weighs 240 pounds, is getting bitched right here by Amavov. I mean, he is getting back to his feet. They are wearing MMA or boxing gloves, which is gonna make it really hard to find any subs. But that's the thing, dude, is that and that's the crazy thing about MMA today, is just how fucking well-rounded everybody is at the top. Amavov is very, very well-rounded. And you know what, dude? He is going to be way more technical than Khamzat on the feet. And I don't think there's a question mark there. Like a Mavov, I would say next to Strickland is probably the best boxer in the division. And obviously Khamzat Chimaev went life or death with, you know, Gilbert Burns, who only spams overhands. So on the feet, it's a very interesting fight. Mavov, like we just saw, is a very, very well-rounded fighter who has very good grappling. So look, it's definitely a solid fight. Again, dude, any fight with Khamzat is super, super interesting. I think based on all the research that I did for Barallo for a potential match, Barallo is a very, very good grappler. Barallo has such a fucking good guillotine that he can get from anywhere. And I would love to talk about it if they can finally announce the fight. I did a ton of research for it. You know, obviously I haven't seen quite the same with a Mavov on the ground. But, you know, I mean, look, no matter who Khamzat's fighting, you're going to give him an advantage on the ground, obviously. But Barallo's very technical there, and he's a very good striker, which I think lifts that fight up into Jewish. This fight, though, is still very solid. That fight, though, is still very, very solid. All right, yeah, as we talked about, you know, Conor McGregor retired and then came back and said it needs to be in a stadium. Michael Chandler immediately got a fucking boner, and he started himself tweeting out saying that, you know, we got to make this fight happen and we're going to get into a stadium. And how is Jewish a good category? Are you fucking joking, _D? Do you know who I am and what I stand for in life? You know what I mean? Charles and Ortega have a good BJJ2. Guillotine still didn't do shit. What are you referring to? What are you referring to? What do you mean guillotine still didn't do shit? What are you talking about? What? But anyway, if this fight gets announced right now, I gotta be completely honest with you. And I'm sorry, some people really might not like this. Some people really might not like this because I know you can tough it out. No, you cannot tough out a guillotine, dude. I'm sorry. Look, if you don't have the mechanics down for a guillotine, like, yeah, like if you're Dustin Poirier and you don't have the mechanics, you don't have the head crunch, you're not doing it right, yeah. But if you have a really good guillotine, you're not toughing it out. You're going to go to sleep. I'm going to say I want to see this fight, dude. Volk did, bitch. Well, I mean, I don't think toughing it out is the exact... Look, I don't think toughing it out is necessary. I mean, okay, maybe you can say it like that, but, like, Volk was going to sleep. His head was changing a different color, but he was able to slip his chin to the inside just in time to not allow himself to get choked out. I mean, I don't know if that's necessarily the same as toughing it out. Like, it's not like it's an arm bar, right? Like Tony Ferguson absolutely just toughed out the arm bar against Oliveira because, again, you can let your arm break and not tap. But if you're stuck in a guillotine against somebody who has a really good guillotine, you're not going to tough it out. You're either going to escape or you're going to get put to sleep. I wouldn't equate the two things necessarily. Obviously, that's not the only thing I would comment on with Barallo's grappling, but just he does have a very good guillotine that he can get from anywhere. Not even just off of takedowns. Barallo will be taken down up against the fence, and he will grab a guillotine and then use it to sweep to get on top, you know? So... Look, regardless, though. Oh, my God, Kay, thank you for $2, Kay. Dude, that's crazy. Kay, I love you, bro. I love you so much. If Ilya beats Islam and Bilal and retires, is he the GOAT? I mean, yeah, dude, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think so, absolutely. I mean, I think that... Fuck, I mean, who else has accomplished something? I mean, I think the only other person, like, close to accomplishing something like that would be George St. Pierre. And even then, GSP fought, you know, Michael Bisping at 185. You know what I mean? Like, Michael Bisping and his weight class up. You know what I mean? For Islam to beat Bilal, who is absolutely jacked, really strong grappler, really strong wrestler, you know, honestly decent boxing. You know, look, it's not the most insane nightmare matchup, but that's crazy. I mean, yeah, that I would say undisputed GOAT. You know what I mean? Undisputed GOAT for sure. Oh wait, not Islam, Ilya. If Ilya beats Islam and Bilal. Okay, if he were to do that, yeah, but I don't think Islam is. I really would be shocked if Ilya beats Belal Muhammad. That would be crazy. But if he were to accomplish that, yeah, he's the GOAT. But yeah, look, I'm sorry, guys. Conor McGregor, for the longest time, was legitimately my favorite fighter. Conor McGregor is the reason why I got into MMA, period. No matter what, man, I love Conor McGregor. And I'm sorry, I want to see him fight Michael Chandler. I want to see it, especially because I think he washes Michael Chandler. I think that even a decrepit drug addict version of Conor McGregor's entire game is built upon, Conor McGregor's ideal opponent is somebody who wings overhands at you. That is Conor McGregor's ideal opposition always. That is where he shines. And I'm sorry, I would love to see him fight Michael Chandler. I understand some people at this point are tired of it. They don't give a fuck. If it were to get announced, I would love to see it. I'd love to see it. Oh, Sammy Pulishi, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much, dude. I love you. Bro, you're so wholesome. Dude, I try, man. I try, I guess. Dude, I do my best at that. And I'm really glad you think so, and I really appreciate the $2. The $2 donations really add up, really helps me out, and I'm honestly so happy that live streaming these bullshit tier lists is very profitable for me thanks to your guys' donations. I really appreciate it. 7 Silky, thank you for the $2. I love you so much. If Ilya darces Islam, he's the GOAT. If Ilya does what he says, because Ilya claimed that he will submit Islam with a darce right in front of Khabib. Yeah, if he submits Islam with a fucking darce, he's the GOAT. He's absolutely the fucking GOAT, especially because he's got T-Rex arms. You know what I mean? His arms are long compared to his height, but they're not that long on their own, which makes locking up darces kind of hard. Yeah, he's the fucking GOAT if he locks up a darce. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right. Next, another fight that's being teased is Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland 2. Look, I think this is a very solid fight night main event. Maybe if they give this a fight night main event, I think this is all right. But, could they I feel like a fight like this kind of has to be 5 rounds. Conor can probably still beat that bum Chandler on cocaine. Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. But, again, right, I think it's a solid main event for a fight night. But as we stand right now, we're expecting news. We're expecting some big fucking announcements from the UFC. That's what we want, all right? And if this is all we get, I'm going to kill myself. I'm not going to quite take my family with me, but I'm going to kill myself if this is all we get. Though again, right, if they announce this as a main event for a fight night coming up, I think it's solid. If they were to announce this as just a main card fight on a pay-per-view, 3 rounds, all right, Dana, what the fuck? This fight can't be 3 rounds. But again, based on what we're looking at right now, which is we need big announcements, yeah, I'm gonna kill myself. That's just not enough for me right now, man. We need more than that. But again, this one, it really depends on what kind of fight it's announced as. You know what I mean? All right. Oh my God, Sumi, dude! Thank you for $5, Sumi. Thank you so much. That's crazy. I love how Tracy made a whole rant video on why he doesn't want to see Khamzat versus Kaio. And you're like, sure, let's get it. Well, dude, if you do the film study on Barallo, man, I'm telling you, very good striker, very well-rounded striker. He's a little bit susceptible because he's a southpaw, fights in a karate stance. Because he's a southpaw, he can kind of be open for guys straight right hands or straight left hands. He gets tagged by that a lot. Khamzat Chimaev just fucking put Gerald Meerschaert out with a straight shot. Khamzat can absolutely knock you out with a single shot. So I still think on the feet it's interesting, but I think that Kai is way more well-rounded, way more technical on the feet than Khamzat by far. I think Khamzat is arguably potentially the best grappler the sport has ever seen. But Kai Barallo, again, is a very, very solid grappler, very well-rounded. He's very technical. He's been training with Damian Maia for 9 years. Again, I'm telling you this right now. he is a really good guillotine. And it's not like the only time he's ever going to get a guillotine is if he gets it off the takedown. No, he can be on his back and he can grab the guillotine, be in a really awkward spot to finish it, adjust his position, and now all of a sudden his opponent is going to their back to try to get out of the guillotine. Like, he's got good submissions. He has very good back control as well. Again, at this point, I'm just spoiling the whole video that I'm going to make about this if it gets announced. But very good back control too. And again, right, the thing that we need to see with Khamzat is how he looks after round 1. That is what is so fascinating. And I think that Kai absolutely has the technical ability on the ground to survive that early onslaught from Khamzat round 1. And now it's a very interesting fight. So no, it's Jewish. It's Jewish. I'm sorry, Lucas. You don't understand grappling. I'm just kidding. I love you, Lucas. Darth Malgus, thank you for another 100 rupees, dude. I love you. Dude, again, I have so many fucking rupees in my bank account right now. Striking versus grappling, which is better? For what context? I mean, the question you asked earlier was a street fight. You asked what's better for a street fight earlier. So under that same context, what's better in a street fight? I think that it frankly really depends on whether or not, if you're fighting somebody one-on-one, just you and another person in a street fight, grappling is undisputed number 1. It's the best. Specifically, I think jiu-jitsu is absolutely the best if you're fighting somebody one-on-one. Wrestling is good too, right? One-on-one, take the guy down, pin him down, he's fucked. But if you're in a bar fight and you got a group of buddies fighting another group of guys, do not take a fight to the ground. That's the worst fucking thing you can do, because the second you take a guy down and start controlling him, his buddies are going to start stomping on the back of your head. So you have to keep the fight standing in a crowd. Yeah, if you're fighting a group of people and you're a really good boxer, I mean, dude, like, there's YouTube videos of like one guy who really knows how to box fighting a group of people who don't know what they're doing, and he's just like, he just lands a single shot on each one, knocks everybody out. You know what I mean? So I mean, I think that's what it comes down to. I don't think there's a straight up answer for it. Obviously, the best thing is to learn a little bit of both. Oh my God, Ogre Online, thank you for another $5, bro. That's so crazy, dude. Thank you. Izzy is 2016 hype or like 2018 hype, and Sean is washed, annoying, loudmouth, redneck Trumper who sucks like Colby. That event is trash. I mean, I'm not in any valiant disagreement with you. I am not in any sort of valiant disagreement with you. Look, I'm not ready to say that Sean Strickland is washed. I just think that he has a very linear style that if you can stop a jab, he loses literally 50% of his game. And that's what Dricus du Plessis did to him. The very first time Dricus fought him, he couldn't stop the jab. He got jabbed in the face a lot. In the rematch, him and his team figured out how to prevent the jab, parry and land the calf kicks off the parry, or parry and land counters, and literally all of a sudden Sean Strickland lost all of his game. So I agree with you there, though, for the most part, man. I agree with you for the most part. Not a great event. Oh, Johan, thank you for the £2, man. Another 2 for you, Jew Pile. Love the stream shit. Johan, thank you so much. Again, those $2 donos add up so much, dude. I really, really appreciate it, bro. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, Jim, Fluffy is an interesting matchup for Khamzat for sure. All right, next. This has been getting teased, and this is basically Max Holloway versus Dustin Poirier 3. We were told there were some rumblings that this was in the works, and this could absolutely be something that we're getting in this current state of news, and I think it's a very interesting fight. And I think it's a very, very interesting fight because, again, the first time or the second time they fought, obviously Max moved up. He was way too small for the weight class. He took it on 3 weeks' notice, couldn't bulk up at all, and he was fighting Dustin Poirier, who was the biggest lightweight in the division at the time. The biggest lightweight. And the thing is, right, I think Max Holloway in general, when it comes to just straight up boxing, I don't think Dustin Poirier is a good matchup for him, because Max Holloway's game is to stand right in front of you and to light you up and overwhelm you with boxing combinations. Dustin Poirier's entire game is finding counters off of long boxing exchanges. That is what Dustin Poirier always does. He wants you to throw long combinations at you so he can counter you. That's just what he does, and that is why he was countering Max Holloway so bad. Though, on the flip side of that, though, right, he was countering Max, really hurting him because of the size differential. Max was hurt. Dustin Poirier was unloading the gas tank trying to finish Max. And he really gassed out. Like, Dustin fatigued really badly trying to put Max away. And there were moments in that fight where Dustin was tired. And then Max started really pouring the pressure on him. And there were moments where he's up against the fence just like this. And Max is fucking cracking him. But Max was too small and he couldn't hurt him. He just couldn't hurt him because he was way too small and didn't have the power. And Dustin was tanking everything. So I think a Max Holloway that does bulk up to the right size will be able to tank a lot of Dustin's shots better. But if he does try to really box with Dustin, I don't think it's a good idea. I think that Max needs to be way more kicking heavy against Dustin Poirier. I think that he's just not, that's not a good matchup for him to be very boxing heavy against Dustin Poirier. But, regardless, very solid. No, this is a kind of fight that I want to see. Yeah, I want this fight to get announced. I want to see it. I think that's great. So, there we go. That's where I'm at right now. All right, of course, right. Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan 2 5-round fight. I just rewatched that fight last night. Man, it's such a fucking travesty that fight wasn't 5 rounds. All 3 rounds, Charles Oliveira had Arman in a tight submission attempt. All 3 rounds. With, obviously the second round, no one really talks about it, but with 5 seconds left, he got him in a tight armbar triangle. Oliveira literally had Arman's arm tucked into his elbow, and he had that same exact, like, Tony Ferguson-esque armbar on Arman, but obviously there was only 5 seconds left and the round ended. The thing is, though, the thing that scares me so much is obviously a diehard Oliveira fan, is that obviously Arman next to Gamrot has the best pure wrestling in the division. Remember, when Islam fought Oliveira, Islam and Habib game planned very particularly. They said, we're not shooting any singles or double legs on Oliveira because Oliveira is way too dangerous with the guillotine. Obviously, right? He's way too dangerous with the guillotine. We saw how close he got to finishing Arman with the guillotine in the first fight. The only reason he survived was because his fucking shorts slid off. But regardless, right? Islam doesn't have the same pure shots out in the open as Arman does, but Oliveira's high guard and his pressure does kind of leave him open for takedown attempts against somebody as good as Arman. Arman can duck right underneath and get in on the double legs because of that. So it is kind of tough for Oliveira there, but if I'm Oliveira, I am looking to take Arman down. I am looking to do what he did in the last Michael Chandler fight. I'm shooting on Arman Tsarukyan. I'm shooting singles. I'm shooting doubles. You don't need to necessarily put Arman flat on his back. But again, the absolute elite world-class skill that Oliveira has, that he is better than anybody in the entire division, is his ability to jump on submissions. He needs one scramble, one opportunity, something happens, you shoot, he sprawls, whatever. There's some kind of scramble on the ground, he locks something up on you. And he needs to be shooting on Arman. He needs to be trying to cause a scramble and jumping on subs. That's what he needs to do. It's a very intriguing fight, and this shit's Jewish. This shit is Jewish, man. It's Jewish. It's fucking Jewish. Fucking Jewish. He had Mount and it got reversed, LMAO. He got no chance of having success with that? What do you mean, John? What are you talking about? Yeah, of course, Minecraft and Champ Table. He's also way better in boxing range. Oliveira can definitely crack. But, I think it's Jewish. I think it's Jewish. I absolutely think it's Jewish. I think this is Jewish. Now, okay, but let me specify specifically. If this is the main event for International Fight Week, it's all right, Dana, what the fuck? If it's a main event, Dana, what are we doing here, man? That's what? That's not a main event of a pay-per-view. But a 5-round co-main? A 5-round co-main. Jewish. I guess now that I'm thinking about, because we don't know the exact placement, I'm going to say solid. I'm gonna say solid just because it does sort of depend on the exactly where it's at. You know what I mean? So we'll put it in the middle for now because we don't know exactly where it's gonna get placed. All right. Now this is one that I think is kind of flying under the radar. Like, obviously nobody's talking about it, but look, guys, let's just say hypothetically, you know, for whatever reason, none of this is working out. Like, we need a main event for something, right? You know, whatever. It doesn't work out, you know, fucking, obviously we got people pulling out. We got fucking, like, worst case scenario happens and we are dead for a main event. There's no other choice. I fucking bet you that they could call Alex Pereira, and I bet you Ankalaev would be down, especially if the UFC paid a pretty penny for it. You know what I mean? Like, I bet they can make this happen. And again, right, obviously I've talked very, very in depth about how, you know, Alex kind of shit the bed a little bit. You know, Ankalaev did exactly what I was expecting him to do in that matchup. Pereira did not do what I was expecting him to do. Again, you know, he was very timid in the pocket. The only thing, again, right, Ankalaev's entire game is to make you throw so he can slip, parry, get on the inside, and light you up in close with boxing combinations. He is the best boxer in the pocket in the entire division. But that's why Alex Pereira, thank God, he has the best jab in the division. You don't need to whiff on punches against Ankalaev if you're Pereira. You just need to hang back, wait for him to pressure, time the jab right as he walks forward. He did that round 5, and he landed to very good success round 5. But the reason why he got rocked was because, you know, Ankalaev stepped into the pocket, and then Pereira literally lifted his lead leg, planted, didn't throw anything, and then Ankalaev stepped in and cracked him. It was just not good. But again, like, I think that, you know, Pereira could do better. You know, again, if a nightmare scenario occurs and they do not have a main event, I bet you they can call these guys up and they can make something happen. I think it's solid. I think it's a very solid main event as a replacement in a worst case scenario. All right. Next, another one that nobody's talking about. Umar versus Petr Yan. Neither of these guys have any fights announced. Both of these guys, you know, I think it's been a couple. I know Piotr's the last one to fight, right? He fought Figueiredo. It's been a couple months. They both should be completely healed up. You know, there's no fucking fight for either of them right now. I think this is something that you could definitely see get announced. Again, though, the problem with this is it's a very, bro, you're so stupid. Umar literally turned that. Okay, first of all, Jim, I don't know. Okay, if that's the case, why does that make me stupid? I'm sorry. What do you mean? Umar already ducked him? Look, I don't know about that. Doesn't even know Yan called out Umar. No, I do know that Yan called out Umar. Now, I didn't know that Umar turned it down, but fucking why does that make me stupid, Jim? Ouch, that kind of hurts my feelings. But again, right, very good fight. I would fucking love to see it. Umar turned it down. His hand is broken again. Fucking again. Well, in that case, it's well, okay, regardless. I think it's a great matchup. I think we're looking months down the line regardless, right? We're looking months down the line regardless. Okay, we're not looking at anything fucking next month. We're not looking at anything like a fucking week away. We're looking months down the line at potential fights that can get announced so the UFC can sweeten the Netflix deal. So, this is a great matchup. I think this is what we all fucking want to see at 135. But, you know, look, we got to be honest here, right? Based on, you know, everything that we're expecting from the UFC, if this is kind of what we get as you know, I think it's, again, very solid fight, really, really good matchup. But if this is the announcement we get, come on, Dana. We need more than this. We need more than this. We need more than this. Oh, Rose, thank you for the Rose, thank you for the $2, dude. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, Rose. I love you so much. I appreciate it so fucking much. Yeah, again, right? Point is, amazing matchup. I'd love to see it, but if this is the announcement that we get, is Dana goes, hey, we have an announcement coming up tonight. He gets on Instagram and goes, October in Abu Dhabi, we have Petr Yan versus Umar. I'm gonna say, what the fuck, Dana? We need more than that. What the fuck? So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. All right. Another one that's really flying under the radar here is Kamaru Usman, Joaquin Buckley. I think that, look, Buckley right now is the only top contender in the welterweight division that doesn't have any sort of fight lined up. Kamaru Usman has been teasing a return for like fucking 4 years now, all right? This guy's poor knees are deteriorating more and more and more. But yeah, I mean, right, I did hear that it's rumored. This is kind of the matchup we're waiting for, and I actually do think it's kind of interesting, only because, look, a lot of people are saying that Usman's washed. A lot of people are saying that. And I think, look, he hasn't fought in a couple years. He's definitely older, for sure. He's getting up there in age. But I don't think we've ever seen him washed. Remember, fucking Kamaru Usman on fucking 6 days' notice takes a fight against Khamzat up at 185 and arguably wins the fight. You know, he won the rounds 2 and 3 in pretty much everybody's eyes. And then everybody called him washed for it. I feel so fucking bad for Usman. Can you imagine saving the fucking day on 6 days' notice, fighting Khamzat, the fucking scariest guy in the UFC, a weight class up? You do pretty well. Like, yeah, like, right, it could have been easily a draw. He wins the last 2 rounds, and then afterwards, everybody's like, Usman's washed, man. He's got no knees, dude. It's like, what? At best, a draw. A win is crazy. I mean, I don't know if it's crazy. It just depends on whether or not you scored round 1 10-8. If you scored round 1 10-8, then yeah, draw. If you scored it a 10-9 for Khamzat, because he did get very close to finishing the fight with the rear naked choke attempt, but he didn't do a tremendous amount of damage. It all comes down to whether or not you ranked at 10-8. But look, regardless, doesn't matter. Joaquin Buckley, for how good of an athlete he is, kind of has a bit of a Michael Chandler-esque sort of deficiency, in the sense that because he is such a good athlete, he has no fundamentals. Like, literally no fundamentals. Like, the top pressure against Wonderboy when they fought was so fucking bad. I mean, dude, the football tackles he has for takedowns, the fact that he doesn't set up. I mean, dude, for the amount of power and explosiveness that Buckley has, if he had any sort of, like, real boxing ability and setups and feints, he would be so fucking good, dude. But he just doesn't have that. And Usman does have way better fundamentals. Usman's takedown defense at 170 is still fucking, for all we know, rock solid. Usman might be completely washed, but I don't think we've seen it yet. I don't think we've specifically seen it yet. I mean, yeah, look, Jim, maybe he is improving, but against Wonderboy, which was his last fight, I think, right? Was Wonderboy his last fight, or he fought Colby Covington. You know, yeah, like, right, he might be improving, but again, he does have, I think, better fundamentals than Michael Chandler for sure. But again, if he was just more technical, he could be so much better. But exactly, Minecraft Enchantment Table. So, you know, if this gets announced, I think it's an interesting fight, but yeah, I'm going to kill myself. I'm going to kill myself. You know what, though? I did just see a really good suggestion. No, I did not have Gaethje versus Hooker. And that should be on this tier list. And I'm going to add that right now. Yeah, that should be here. Oh, Shavkat Brady too. Yeah, Shavkat Brady. I'll add that one as well. I didn't even think about that one. I didn't even really think about that one. Good shout, you guys. Good shout. Very good shout. Let's see. What picture shall I use? This one will do. Buckley is a technical mastermind, bro. Oh, Seven Soki, thank you for the $2, dude. That's crazy. Thank you, brother. Buckley by round 1 flying oblique kick KO. I mean, dude, I'm telling you, go back and watch his fight with Wonderboy. He was hitting these really good takedowns on Wonderboy and then just would hold his legs, tuck his head down, and just hang on to him. And there was literally nothing stopping Wonderboy from just grabbing a whizzer, standing back up. And I was like, Buckley, dude, you like your top pressure should be so much better for how big and how strong you are, dude. Your top pressure should be so much better. All right, of course, right? Islam versus Ilia Topuria. I mean, come on. Do we need any other deliberation here? It's solid. Do we need any other deliberation? It's very solid. Nothing more, nothing less. Solid fight, right? Okay, fine. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yes, obviously it's Jew. Obviously it's Jew. Yeah, no, come on. This is Jewish. This is what we want to see. Again, look, stylistically, I think that Islam should honestly be... I think he should be a decent favorite in this fight. Stylistically, again, I say this every fucking stream. But TLDR, I think that Islam is very good on the back foot. I think he's very elusive, and I think that he can mimic a lot of the success Max Holloway had on the back foot, making Ilya miss, stepping in, landing counters, whereas also being able to shoot takedowns, also being able to clinch. Stylistically, I think I can make a very good argument that Islam should be a decent favorite. But it's because of the aura of Ilia Topuria, because of the fact that sometimes Islam does have a tendency to back up to the fence. Remember, he did that to Volkanovski quite a few times. He would back up to the fence, and Ilia unequivocally knocks out almost everybody up against the fence. Everybody. And again, right, Ilya's game specifically opens up when he's the one pressuring you, when he's the one walking you down. That specifically really opens up Ilya's game. I don't think Ilya is nearly as good on the back foot as he is on the front foot. Of course, though, the hard part with that is who's capable of really pressuring Ilia Topuria? That's not easy to do, but I don't think Islam is. I think Islam will be on the back foot for this fight, and I think that kind of opens up Ilya's game a lot more. So, you know, I think that again, I think it's Jewish. I think it's Jewish. Why do you think Khamzat versus Kaio is Jewish, but Khamzat versus Amevov is only solid? Well, look, I'll be honest. Like, maybe this is just more of a personal kind of, you know, more like a personal pick for me. But, like, for me, a big reason why this one doesn't quite get the Jewish is because, again, right, if you guys caught my initial breakdown for Amevov versus Israel Adesanya, I said in that video, I was like, look, Adesanya cannot box, kind of sucks. His boxing defense is atrocious. Amevov's entire game is blitzing at you with boxing combinations. Amevov should probably knock out Adesanya fairly easily. He went out there, did it, and I was like, yeah. There you go. He did it. Nice. I knew that. Cool. Of course, everybody else who probably didn't really realize how bad Israel Adesanya's boxing defense is was like, whoa, oh my God, Amevov just beat the fucking #1 contender and knocked him out, and oh my God. And I was just like, no, yeah, I mean, that's kind of what, I mean, I don't know, that didn't impress me. You know, I didn't impress me. Didn't you bet on Izzy, LOL? Yeah, isn't that crazy? That was the funniest top comment I got. I think that top comment had more likes than any other comment I've ever received in my life. It was Shay's entire breakdown video was about how Adesanya was gonna get knocked out, and he still bet $1,000 on him. And I was like, yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Now, John, you changed your name from 477 to 488. I did not pick Adesanya to win, though I did bet a lot of money on him for sure. But that was during my psychopath gambling arc. That was my psychopath gambling arc. It's not the same anymore. But look, obviously, I think you could easily put this one in Jewish. But for me, I think Kaio has shown legitimately, in my mind, very technical grappling. And that's why I'm going to rank it just a little bit higher. But, you know. All right. Obviously, Charles Oliveira versus Ilia Topuria. Now, what Ariel Helwani came out and said yesterday, what Do you think we'll ever see Corey versus O'Malley? A lot of fans want that, myself included. I mean, I would obviously, yes, I would love to see it. That's what the UFC should have done. They should have done Sean versus Corey and then the winner fight for the title. But, I don't know if we'll ever see it because I don't know if Corey could ever get back up to a title shot. Because Corey, unfortunately, has to get through beating either Petr Yan or Umar to earn a title shot. So, Shay, do you actually think that Kyle versus Khamzat is competitive? I think Khamzat probably mauls him, and even on the feet, he has a shot. I think that he has a shot on the feet. I think, though, Kyle is a lot more technical than Khamzat on the feet. I think that, obviously, round one, I would imagine Khamzat's probably going to take him down. Khamzat's probably going to get to some very advantageous positions, but I think that Kyle definitely has the ability to survive round one, and then I think it's very interesting. Again, though, I don't know, right? Maybe Khamzat told us that his cardio is going to be better. He's not overtraining. He's working on his cardio more now. So he said it's going to be a completely different ball game. We don't know. That's what makes Khamzat so interesting, though. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of where I'm at with it, is that I think that Kyle is very capable of surviving round one, and then that makes this fight very Jewish. That's what I think. But anyway, so as I was saying, it's very interesting because Ariel Helwani came out and said that Ilya will only be fighting for the title. It'll either be vacant or it'll either be, against Islam for the belt. Now, that's interesting because if it's vacant, if he's fighting Charles for a vacant belt, that means that Islam is then vacating the belt to move up. But then what if Bilal wins against JDM? Then what if Bilal wins against JDM? Then what? That means he's gonna fight it. He's gonna fight Bilal then. That could be interesting. I mean, remember, it's so funny. It's so funny though. Remember, they asked Bilal in an interview. They asked him. They go, Bilal, would you ever fight Islam? And then Bilal was like, man, that's my brother, bro. I'm never fighting Islam. That's not happening. That's my brother. I love him. He's my man forever. And then they asked Habib. They were like, so how does it work with Bilal being champion? And Habib was like, look, we want that second belt, and we want that belt, and well, look, we want it, and if Bilal's champ, then we want the belt. It was like, oh damn. So I think it's very possible. Oh, it's Saul Goodman. Thank you for the $2, bro. Thank you. Yuri versus Olberg. I stole the idea from Bedtime. Yeah, fuck, dude. Yeah, Yuri Olberg, I guess that could theoretically belong here, but I won't add it. We don't need it here on this tier list. I would assume Yuri should probably, again, it's always interesting because of Yuri's boxing defense, but Yuri is a real KO artist, and I will probably be picking Yuri to win that fight off the top of my head. Shay, this is a take I really disagree with you on. I think Islam just stays at range from Bilal, defends the takedown, and pieces him up pretty much in every range. What are you disagreeing with me on? Did I say otherwise? I think that on paper, there could be some very difficult... I think, I made a video kind of talking about Islam moving up, but that was not an in-depth breakdown. That was more so just kind of looking at, on paper, I think... and I think that's what you're referring to, that video, and I do think on paper, it is kind of scary for Islam. Defending the wrestling from Bilal, I think, could legitimately be a problem. I think that Bilal has really good double legs and really good chain wrestling. I think the chain wrestling that Bilal was hitting on Leon. Dude, there's no question Minecraft Enchantment Table, it blows Islam's wrestling out of the water. I'm sorry, there's no fucking there's no argument there. There's no argument there. That's not to say that Islam can't beat Bilal necessarily. I think it's possible. And if the fight did get announced, I think I could game plan for Islam a little bit more. But again, right, you've got Islam shooting these single legs on Dustin Poirier out in the open and Dustin defending. You've got Bilal going double leg to high crotch, single leg to underhook knee tap. The chain wrestling from Bilal blows Islam's out of the water. And I do think that, yeah, I mean, Islam does have very good movement on the back foot, which he's going to need against Bilal, because I think Bilal is going to really try to get in his face. I think Bilal is going to really try to walk him down, really get in his face. I just don't think Islam has the power to necessarily prevent the pressure. So I remember saying in that video that Islam's going to have to stay on the outside and outpoint Bilal, is what I remember saying. I think he needs to stay on the back foot, outpoint Bilal, which I think is possible, but I just think that can be kind of difficult. Defending takedowns when you're ready for it is much easier than attacking the wrestling yourself, for sure. And also a big question mark is just how is Islam going to look at 170? We just don't really know for sure. You know what I mean? I just, look, I in that video particularly, I didn't really game plan for Islam that hard. I was just kind of looking at sort of a general idea of why I think Islam could run into problems. But I mean, look, yeah, if we find out that Islam is moving up to 170, I'll look at it a little bit more seriously, and I'll probably game plan for Islam more, you know? But anyway, so yeah, if they were to do Charles Ilya for the fucking vacant belt, even for the interim belt, yeah, that's Jewish, bro. That's Jewish. I will tell you this right now. If this gets announced, I swear to God, I am going to drop my definitive breakdown for this matchup is going to be minimum an hour long. And I would have never broken down a fight more in depth than this. I am going to break down Ilia Topuria to a fucking science. I'm going to literally create an entire fucking thesis fucking book. I'm gonna make a book about this thick about every single thing there is ever known about Ilia Topuria. You guys are not ready for that shit. You guys are not ready for that. A fucking hour-long video where I'm gonna start with Ilya's first ever amateur fight, and I'm gonna be like Henry Cejudo on a fucking projector, being like, look at this right here. I don't care if it gets copyright claim from the footage. I'm gonna be like, look at this right here. You see that right there? You see that tendency right there? Look at the outside foot battle right here. Like, you guys aren't ready for it. You guys aren't ready for it. All that for Charles to get KO'd in the first. Yeah, I mean. Yeah, Charles invites me to his camp. That'd be great, but Charles doesn't speak English that well. So it'd be hard for me to really help him out there, you know? Maybe a fedora with a feather sticking out is funny, Tyler. All right. It's time for this one. Islam Makhachev versus Justin Gaethje. Islam Makhachev versus Justin Gaethje. Count frame. Yeah, I'm going to be fucking counting the reaction time. I'm going to be showing every individual frame, and I'm going to be like, it took precisely this amount of milliseconds for Ilya to react to this punch. But anyway, look, man, I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sugarcoat this one. If I have to watch Justin Gaethje get submitted for a third time in a title fight, oh, sorry, I didn't mean for this one. Trying to get my fucking I'm not trying to get demonetized. You're right. Sorry everybody. Sorry, that wasn't yeah, that's too much. You guys get the point though. But hey, Titano, thank you so much. Oliveira can 100% at a minimum make his fight with Islam a lot closer than it was. Again, right? People weren't exactly privy to exactly what Islam's exact game was. Essentially, when they fought, Oliveira went after Islam, swinging at him. Like, Oliveira went after him, and he didn't land a single meaningful punch. He did not land a single meaningful punch against Islam because, look, as we know, Islam legitimately on the back foot, his boxing defense, his boxing offensively is elite. And that was just kind of the approach from Oliveira, it just wasn't good. Like, you can't do that. You can't go after Islam swinging like that. He's too good there. Oliveira needs to be definitely way more kicking heavy, teep heavy, leg kick heavy, takedown heavy. I think he needs to be shooting on Islam. I think that, again, there was some silver lining when they were on the ground. Remember when Oliveira spun underneath Islam and went for that leg lock attempt, and then Islam literally stood up and ran away because he knew that is where Oliveira was going to have an advantage. And then, of course, right after that, Oliveira accepted bottom guard with his head pressed into the fence. You know, not great. Look, would I ever be super bullish on Oliveira beating Islam Makhachev? It's just such a tough ask because Islam Makhachev is probably the most well-rounded fighter next to GSP the sport's ever seen. But he can definitely do better. He can do better. I mean, look, if Dustin Poirier can do... Dustin Poirier, again, I think the success he had against Islam gets slightly over-exaggerated purely because he was just looking to survive most of the time against Islam, and which allowed him to eventually land some shots as the fight went on. But Oliveira with a better game plan, being more aware of Islam's strengths with the defensive boxing, could definitely do better. Look, if this does get announced, I'm excited and I think it's solid. I'm excited and I think that's a very solid fight that I am all for. That's kind of where I'm at with it. In what way is GSP more well-rounded? No boxing, brother? I mean, yeah, GSP, he definitely wouldn't, like, put boxing combinations together super well. But, like, he worked with Freddie Roach for a long time. GSP had a really good jab. Really good jab. All from Freddie Roach. Decent lead left hook as well. Because if you're going to have a good jab, dude, if you're going to have a good jab, you got to have a good lead hook. That's what Alex Pereira does. Alex Pereira's got a good jab, good lead hook. Yeah, I mean, look, it's close. But yeah, I would say GSP definitely a much better kicker than Islam. Definitely better takedowns out in the open for sure. Islam's got the better throws, got the better judo. But it's, they're comparable. But I think, those are probably the two most well-rounded guys in the UFC, period. All right. John Jones, Tom Aspinall. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, come on. I mean, this is what we all want to see. This is what we're all dying to see. This is what everybody and their mom wants to watch. This is what we absolutely need. I mean, this is what we want, guys. This is what we want. This is what, not only what we want, this is what we need. We need it. I love it. This is everything to me. I would love this fight more than almost anything here. In fact, I mean, to be fair, for this tier list in particular, I haven't really been like ranking them in order. I've just been kind of putting them in the tiers they belong in. But fuck it, this one's even going at the top of Jewish just because that's just how good of a fight it is. You know what I mean? That's just how good of a fight it is. And this is probably the super fight of the century. You know what I mean? If Volk had a submission game, he'd be more well-rounded than Islam. If Volk had a really high-level submission game, yeah, dude, honestly, maybe. Yeah, maybe I could, yeah, he's immediately in that argument. Because that's the one thing that I think that GSP and Islam have over pretty much any other sort of well-rounded guy in the UFC is that they have really good submissions, I'm pretty lanky, so when I competed, most guys try to pressure me, but I don't stop it with footwork and teeps. You don't need power to stop pressure. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Does Islam throw... I mean, Islam can throw teeps. Yeah, you don't need power to stop pressure, but I think it certainly helps. But yeah, who said you need pressure? Who said you need pressure to stop? You need power to stop pressure? I think it certainly helps, though, for sure. So why won't Islam stop the pressure? Well, because he's not going to stop the pressure. He's just going to have to keep work. He's going to have to keep moving. Okay, but how do you throw a teep if somebody's in your face? You can't throw a teep if somebody is actively in your face. The teep is used at range already. But I remember specifically saying that Islam, because he can't stop Belal's pressure with power, will have to use footwork and move and circle, which can kind of just be hard because I do think that Belal has very good boxing combinations in close. I think though, yeah, that was like what I said, was that Islam, in order to beat Belal, will need to outpoint him over 5 rounds. He'll have to be ready to stop the takedowns, which I think will be hard, and he'll have to outpoint him over 5 rounds. I think clinching with Bilal is scary. I think clinching with Bilal is very scary because Bilal is a lot bigger and Bilal has way better wrestling, way better chain wrestling too. But again, like it's not impossible for Islam to win, but yeah, he'll have to win via points, which I think is just it's kind of a tough ask. I think it's a tough ask. So why won't he be able to do it? Did I say he won't be able to do that? I didn't. I don't think I ever. I'm repeating myself now. I never said he won't be able to do that. Yeah, Islam is so much better in the clinch with what? With throws, maybe. I think he's got better throws, maybe better foot sweeps. But it's going to be hard to pull that off with how much bigger Bilal is. Bilal will also have to win on points. Yeah, but he has more areas to take the fight because he's got way better wrestling, way better chain wrestling, obviously bigger, stronger. He can outpoint him on the feet or he can try to take him down. I mean, again, I don't think I ever said that Islam can't win because he will have to outpoint him. I said that he will have to outpoint him to win on the outside circling, and that's his path to victory, and I just think that's kind of a narrow, sort of a linear approach he'll have to have. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't remember exactly my wordage in the breakdown, but of course I'll have a new breakdown if that fight ever gets announced. But that's kind of where I'm at with that matchup in particular. All right, Shavkat versus Sean Brady. Man, yeah, it's a very, I think this one honestly just kind of falls under the same category as Umar versus Petr Yan. Like, obviously, this is a very good fight. Obviously, I'd love to see it. Obviously, you know, these guys are two absolute top contenders. Sean Brady might have the best jiu-jitsu in the sport. Very good boxing. Shavkat is a fucking outboxed Ian Gary all 5 rounds, pretty much. Really good striking himself. Very well-rounded grappler. Doesn't have the best takedowns, though. But again, it's just kind of one of those things that again, this whole tier list is based off the notion that we are expecting announcements. We're waiting on it. Announcements are supposed to be coming. We need the UFC to turn some shit around. If this is one of those big announcements, I'm going to be like, Dana, I mean, that's not, come on. I mean, okay, great fight, but not this, no, come on. We need a lot more. This cannot be your big announcement. Cannot be your big announcement. I'm sorry. Dana, what the fuck if this is what we're getting as a big announcement? All right, Gaethje versus Hooker. Gaethje versus Hooker. Now, this is the only fight that I think either give Gaethje this fight or give Gaethje Armin is kind of where I'm at with it, you know? Again, right, very solid matchmaking, very, very good. Dude, even as a co-main, though, I don't even think this is solid as a co-main right now. You know what I mean? It's a very good fight, but if this gets announced as a co-main on one of the big pay-per-views coming up, even I'm going to be like, no, that's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me. I'm sorry. Not good enough for me. Not good enough. Not fucking good enough. Again, great fight, but I need more than that, man. Damn. All right. That's the fucking tier list, guys. That's the fucking tier list. It's a banger fight for sure. It's a banger fight for sure. I mean, the truth is, too, with basically all of these fights are very good. All of these fights are very good. So it's like, you know, being ranked anywhere on this list isn't that bad unless you're this one. This one really is that bad. This one really is that bad. But all of these fights are good. It's just, you know, again, right, we need announcements. The UFC needs to impress Netflix, so they take that $1 billion deal. They need to impress Netflix. And a Gaethje Hooker co-main, I don't think is doing that, man. I don't think a Gaethje Hooker co-main is going to get Netflix to sign that deal that the UFC needs. So, yeah, man, make a tier list of your tier lists. Yeah, well, you know, here we are, boys. And any last ones that were missing? I did see JDM versus Islam, which is good. I mean, it's just, wait, did I have Bilal Islam? No, I didn't. Shay, how do you see Armin versus Patty going? One of the most interesting fights to me. Yeah, it's a very interesting fight. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna kind of have to lean towards Armin still to win that fight. I mean, again, right, it's another one of those things with Patty, right, is that after that fight, a lot of people after that fight were like, oh my god, Patty is way better than we thought. And I'm just sitting here like, did you guys expect anything? Like, what? That is what was supposed to happen. Like, if Patty were to have lost to Chandler, that would have been so embarrassing. Like, Chandler's not good. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, to me, it was just like, no, that's, yeah, Chandler, yeah, exactly, ID. Chandler is ass, and Patty should destroy him. So to me, I wasn't, like, I wasn't blown away by it. Like, Patty just finally started using some actual distance management and, you know, was setting up his kicks decently well with how good his kicks are. He should be able to do that. You know what I mean? But I still think Arman, I think his grappling is leagues ahead of Michael Chandler. Leagues ahead. Like, dude, when Michael Chandler round 2 against Patty tried to take his back and then immediately fell off the top, it's so embarrassing. It's so fucking embarrassing. Like, the fact, like, how have you been training MMA for 17 years and you literally don't know any jiu-jitsu? I know fucking white belts that could take the back better than Michael Chandler, bro. It's so bad. Again, right, Michael Chandler, if he's going after you winging overhands, like, it's you know, it's a problem. But if you're fucking 3 inches taller, who has a way longer reach, like Patty, who's huge for the weight class, who can eat a shot because of how big you are, you know what I mean? If you can just manage distance at all, it shouldn't be a competitive fight. Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, you know what, Jim? That's a go. Volk versus Mosbar is one that probably should have been here. That is one that could definitely get announced. I mean, dude, Volk said he wants to be very active. And yeah, that's, yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure. Yeah, that it might be the one thing though, Minecraft and Champion Table, good point, was that, again, and that was another complaint I always had about Patty, was like, dude, your jiu-jitsu is world class. Why are the only times you're grappling is if you're the one getting taken down? Like, why aren't you shooting? When he used to fight at Cage Warriors, he used to be way more takedown heavy, and he just gave it up in the UFC. But to go after there and pick up the single on Chandler, take him down, take his back, mount him, you know what I mean? That's what we wanted from Patty. You gotta have some kind of takedown ability. Yeah, of course, right? Volkanovski versus Ivlev gets announced. Volk's defending the featherweight title against Ivlev. I mean, that's nothing but solid, man. Nothing. Now, that's an announcement I'll take. That is an announcement that is a little out of left field, but I'd love it. I'd love it. I mean, you know, especially for me, like Volk, with, you know, what he was able to accomplish, the fans want to see it. He's good for views. Volk should dominate him, yeah, but that's a very, very solid announcement that I would love to take. I would take that. I would tell Dana, all right, you passed today. You passed today. Why is Kyle versus Hamzat fight over him? Well, I already kind of addressed that earlier. Essentially, man, I think they're obviously both very interesting, but to me, I was never that impressed over Amavov knocking out Adesanya because I was very sure that was already going to happen. So, you know, to me, it was like, yeah, I know he's probably going to knock out Izzy. Izzy sucks at boxing. So there we go. There we go. What about Dustin versus Ilya? I mean, look, theoretically, I guess that could happen, but I don't even know if that's in the talks at all. I don't think Ilya would ever take that fight. No, you are not. You bet on Izzy. That okay, but Tuma, well, I don't, Tuma, if you got to actually watch the breakdown video I did for that fight. First of all, Tuma, when I went through my psychopath gambling phase, I bet on a lot of things. Bro was very sure, but put a K on Izzy. I mean, I know that's the ironic thing about it. I know. I went through a very psychopath gambling phase. I liked the odds on Izzy, man. I liked the odds on. Yeah, that was bad. That was poor. But no, I swear to God to you, if you watch the fucking breakdown video, you'll see it. I was fairly certain that Adesanya's probably gonna get knocked out. It looks like Kyle has pretty bad takedowns. I thought his takedowns against Izzy looked decent, to be fair. Was Izzy the favorite? I mean, I don't even remember at this point. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, definitely not a great bet. Definitely not a great bet. But again, I was fairly certain there was a very high likelihood Adesanya was going to get knocked out. TDP versus Islam. Yeah, dude, imagine that. Okay, dude, that actually makes a little bit of sense, though, right? Islam's gonna vacate the belt, apparently, right? According to Ariel Helwani, he might vacate the belt. He might not want to fight Bilal. What if he goes up to fucking 185? Can you fucking imagine that shit? Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine he vacates the belt and his entire game plan is, if Bilal loses, I'll go to 170. If Bilal wins, I'm going to 185. That would be fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, J1382, I understand why to the general public they would think the Izzy win is better. It wasn't to me, and that's just kind of my thing about. Well, there's a few things. Again, I think that Kai is a way better grappler than a Mavov, which makes this fight in particular a lot more interesting to me. But again, to me, I'm just being honest. I was not crazily impressed by a Mavov over Israel Adesanya. I have been talking about how Israel Adesanya's boxing and boxing defense sucks for years now. It's just, to me personally, that's my reasoning. Potential Imaev versus Kyle matchup thoughts. I mean, that is a very interesting fight. Honestly, that's winnable for a Mavov. I think that's very winnable for a Mavov. I think that Kyle, again, he can be a little bit hittable on the feet. The Jared Cannonier fight, though, he did a much better job managing distance than I had seen from him in the past. But I think that's honestly a decently favorable matchup for a Mavov, to be fair. But it's interesting. I mean, I haven't really thought about it in depth, but it's interesting for sure. Gene Silva versus Lopez. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a very interesting fight. Yeah, I mean, that theoretically could have been here, but I'm happy with the tier list. I think we did a good job with it. I think we did a very good job. Oh, Caden Jackson, thank you for the $2, man. I really appreciate it. How would Gene Silva do against pre-McGregor Aldo? That's a fucking good question. I think, though, look, Gene Silva has never been very takedown heavy. He doesn't really shoot takedowns. He's a good grappler for sure, but he likes to strike. He obviously has a spooky amount of power, very good timing. He's a very good striker. But I think that wait, sorry. Okay, I was thinking fucking Conor. I was thinking pre-Jose Aldo, Conor McGregor. But you're talking Aldo. Man, that's an interesting question. I mean, I was about to tell you that I think Conor McGregor at 45 could probably beat Silva, just because I think that Conor's distance management and his own power was fucking spooky. But Aldo versus Gene Silva prior to the McGregor fight, the leg kicks are gonna kind of be a problem for. But again, even at that point, man, Aldo hadn't really thrown many leg kicks much. Now, Aldo was a very good boxer, but even Gene Silva, I think, had a far more spooky amount of power than even Aldo had, to be fair. It's difficult because I still would like to see a little bit more from Gene Silva against like really elite competition to be certain about his striking game, because we know how technical he is. But like the Drew Dober fight was impressive, but again, Drew Dober just kind of goes after you with no setup. Obviously Bryce Mitchell isn't a terrible striker, but he's not. Again, I really want to see Gene Silva fight a higher level striker before I can be absolutely certain about it. But man, I am probably going to kind of, again, I don't know for certain, but I think I'm going to kind of be leaning towards Aldo there. I think if he does be very leg kick heavy, it could be a problem for Silva. I still don't even know Silva's cardio, though. The problem is, though, Jose Aldo really only had a couple of good rounds in him before he would really start to slow down himself. He would really coast rounds 3, 4, and 5. The second Chad Mendes fight was very impressive from Aldo, but he arguably could have even lost that fight. I don't know. What do you guys? I'm going to do a poll because that's a very good question that I'm really going back and forth on. I'm curious what you guys think. All right, what do you guys think? I'm very curious. Yeah, I mean, I'm with you there, Minecraft Enchantment Table. I just don't think we know enough about Gene to be absolutely certain about it. I don't think we know to be certain. Like, I really can't give you a 100% solid answer. I really can't give you a 100% solid answer. It's very close. People are saying Aldo by a little bit. 54-46. It's very close, though. Yeah. Gene submits Conor. I don't know if it's that easy to submit Conor McGregor as you might think. I don't think it's that easy. But yeah, Gene Silva is fucking huge. I mean, it's close. People are kind of going towards Aldo, though. But all right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, look, dude, I don't know. I really don't know if I can give you a solid answer. I don't know if I can give you a solid answer. But yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is true, though, Jim. That is true. Look, as time has gone on, fighters just cut more and more weight. And, you know, obviously, Gene Silva looked huge against Volk. Gene has missed weight multiple. Well, he almost missed weight his last fight, and he barely made it. He's going to be a lot bigger than Aldo. Dude, I don't know, man. Put a gun to my head. Maybe I might choose Gene Silva to win, maybe. I mean, it's tough because, like, Jose Aldo, like, you know, defending the belt against Frankie Edgar and fucking, you know, it was a different time back then. Bilal says Islam smashes him and puts him in a lot of Kimuras. Yeah, I mean, that is certainly one way. I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. You can certainly say that. You can say that for sure. I don't know, though. Again, does Bilal and Islam have a sanctioned MMA fight with each other, or like what? Is he talking about when they do jiu-jitsu? Are they talking like, again, do they do like full sanctioned MMA fights and fucking Islam goes out there, double legs Bilal, smashes him? He definitely has better jiu-jitsu. I mean, don't get me wrong, for sure. Like, we know that, but that's kind of the point. Like, what rule set are they competing where that happens? You know. But I mean, also, it's so hard to trust that too, because, like, man, like, the guy, like, obviously, I don't think that's even, I think they have a new team now. I don't even think, oh, maybe it is AKA, but dude, AKA used to hype up Luke Rockhold's grappling to fucking holy hell. Everybody at AKA was like, oh man, Luke Rockhold's got ADCC level grappling. Like, you don't fuck with Luke Rockhold on the ground. And then he just got fucking destroyed at CJI. Though apparently he hurt his back. But, you know, I don't know. It's just tough for me. Like, you hear that a lot. You know what I mean? You hear that a lot. Bilal might out cardio Islam. Maybe. I do think Islam's got very good cardio. Yeah, Paulo Costa did very well with Rockhold on. I know, it's just, I don't know. It's difficult for me to hear somebody say that. Oh, well, apparently in the training room this happens. I'm like, okay, I don't know, man. Maybe. I like you now my whole video is going to be about, well, look, on paper, stylistically, it looks like this, but they said in training it's not like that. So never mind. You know, I don't know. Though, yeah, of course, Downey is a very difficult matchup for Luke Rockhold. I would have liked to see Luke Rockhold get a better opponent than Downey. That's a tough fucking fight. I mean, dude, Downey would be a tough fight for fucking Nicky Rod in a grappling match. Why don't you want the Buckley, Usman, Shavkat, Brady fights? No, I do. It's not that I don't want the fights. Again, basically what this tier list is built off of is the fact that news is coming out. I'll say it again. News is coming out. Netflix is kind of about the about taking on the UFC. The UFC wants $1 billion per year for them to show all the pay-per-views and all the fights on Netflix with a subscription. Netflix is going, we don't really know about this. So because of that in particular, the UFC needs to make something happen. First of all, we're already waiting on announcements. We're already waiting on some big announcements, all right? But the UFC specifically needs to make something happen. And we're waiting on Dana to go live and drop some fucking news that's going to make Netflix want to take the deal. If the big news are any of these fights, Dana, what? I mean, come on. These are all great fights, but like, nah, these are not what we need right now, you know? Thoughts on Adesanya training with Goggins? I mean, you know, a lot of people are saying a lot of things about that. I think Adesanya's not doing it for a training camp. I think he's just doing it for the experience of it, which I think that's fine. You know what I mean? I think that's fine. Is there confirmed to be an announcement today? No, but again, Ilya's in training camp. Charles is in training camp. Apparently, well, I don't know. Nathan Hovid just fucking tweeted out that breaking Islam Makhachev versus Ilya Topuria is officially set for the main event for UFC 317. I will wait until those words come out of Dana White's mouth. I'm not trusting some fucking random ass person just saying that, you know? Yeah, and then Islam also apparently is training. So, look, shit is happening. Ariel Helwani came out and said that because of the Netflix deal, Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler is back in serious discussion right now. So, look, all we know is announcements are going to be coming. And, you know, this is my ranking on what I hope we get for those. Yeah, Minecraft and Chantel, I did see Kai and Hamzat training, and Kai himself said in an interview, he was like, fucking Hamzat was the hardest guy I've ever trained with. Like, he's such a good grappler. He goes hard every single round. You know, that's exactly what he was saying, is how much of a monster Hamzat is. Again, though, right, none of that is the same. Look, here's the thing, right? Let's say you have a training partner who you've trained with for years and you've done a shit ton of rounds in every single discipline, At that point, you kind of know what's going to happen if you guys fight. Like, you guys kind of know that, right? But if you train together a couple of times and you did some grappling or you did some kickboxing rounds, whatever, that's not the same as a fully sanctioned MMA fight. You know what I mean? It's not the same. You know, that's not enough to specifically say in a full MMA fight, we already know how that's going to happen. Speaking of, though, if you guys are not following me on Instagram yet, please do. I really need Dylan Dennis to notice me on Instagram. I've been DMing him every single day. So if you guys aren't following me yet, please do. Post a lot of good stuff on here. How did he get such high-level jiu-jitsu? He only trained for about 7 years. That is definitely enough time to be very high-level in jiu-jitsu. 7 years of training is that's enough, dude. 7 years of training is definitely enough time, to say the least. Whoa! Okay. But before we move on, but of course, though, Hamzat Chimaev comes from he was a very, very high level freestyle wrestler, very, very good explosive athlete. You want to put 7 years of jiu-jitsu on top of that? That's well enough time to become very good, very good. Okay, dude, thank you for the $10, dude. Thank you so much. That's crazy. I really appreciate it. In Conor's prime, calf kicks weren't even a thing. That's how old he is. He has no chance against any decent modern era fighters, but he could beat Chandler because dumb Chandler fights like guys in the 90s. I mean, yeah, okay, for sure. He can definitely beat Michael Chandler because Michael Chandler sucks. He's not a good fighter. But also, the big thing you have to remember is that Conor's a southpaw. 90% of fighters are orthodox. In the gym and in training, 90% of fighters are orthodox. Low outside calf kicks aren't a thing. You can't throw them if you're a southpaw. You know what I mean? Fighting orthodox fighters. So that right there is a very, very big reason to why Conor wasn't very well equipped to handle the calf kicks at all. But two, right? Conor purposefully fought in a pure boxing stance against Dustin Poirier, which is really bad for calf kicks because you're leaving so much weight on your front leg, and that is huge. You know what I mean? That is huge, right? If you're going to put a lot of weight on your lead leg, the kicks you're going to absorb on that lead leg are going to hurt like a motherfucker. Also, you watch Conor McGregor versus Dustin in the second fight. Conor was checking the leg kicks, right? He was at least trying to. Conor was 100% turning his leg out to do his best to check the kick. The problem is, though, with the calf kicks, it doesn't really matter. Even if you are kind of making Dustin land on the shin a little bit, you're still gonna be the calf is still eating a lot of force every single time. You know what I mean? Conor, what he should have done is just not use a boxing stance. You know what I mean? He should just not use the boxing stance, and he should have fucking been a bit more bouncy, a lot lighter on that lead leg. That's what would have done it. Why do you still care about Dylan Dennis? I like Dylan Dennis. I think he's really good too. I think he's actually very good. I think he's a very good fighter. I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say he's a very good fighter. I think he is a very good grappler, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I've always had a soft spot for Dylan Dennis. I mean, I don't know, Jim. That would be interesting. Look, I don't know. Look, I don't think Dylan Dennis is at this point capable of becoming like an elite world-class UFC fighter. But if he had never blown out his knee and he kept fighting for Bellator, like I actually think that I think he could have been good. But he ended up just fucking, he got kind of fucked by injuries. Yes, I have seen Dylan Dennis's new look. Let me pull that shit up and let me see. Let me see if I can. Dude, he looks like Ariel Helwani, bro. He literally looks like Ariel Helwani. Look at this. Dylan looks exactly like what? It's not. Where is it? Damn, never mind. The video's not up. But there was a video of him sparring, and he actually looked really good. And, like, his jiu-jitsu looked really good. But he shaved his head, and he straight up looked like fucking Ariel Helwani. He is a BJJ fraud. Come on, be for real. Dude, Dylan Dennis had, like, a really tight grappling match where he lost by decision against Gordon Ryan. The greatest no-gi grappler ever. Like, Dylan Dennis absolutely was a world-class grappler. That means nothing to no one. Good point, John Paul. I never thought of it like that. But I think you're right. I think that actually, good point. That means literally nothing to nobody. Shay, what's your thoughts on Michael Chandler versus MMA YouTubers? What do you mean? What? In fucking what regard? Wasn't he a world champion at brown belt? Yes, he was. He was. His black belt career wasn't great. He never was quite as good at black belt, but he was a real world champion at brown belt for sure. Roided to the gills, Gordon? Nah. When Dylan went against Gordon, I mean, he certainly was roided, but he wasn't quite where he was at today. How do I see me versus Michael Chandler going? A full MMA fight with 4-ounce gloves? I don't know. I mean, give me some like years to like really acclimate and fight like full sanctioned MMA. I could probably do pretty well, but like me and Michael Chandler in 16-ounce sparring gloves, just like straight up kickboxing, I would fucking eat Michael Chandler alive. I think that, but in like a real MMA fight with small 4-ounce gloves, I just like what I'm not training for that kind of thing right now. You know what I mean? I can't. I think Chandler submits you with a buggy choke. Yeah, that would be something if Chandler fucking threw up a buggy choke on me. Patty went through true MMA puberty. He looked jacked against Chandler. He did look fucking yoked, man. He did absolutely look pretty yoked. Have you ever had a concussion? I don't think so. I don't think I've ever had a concussion. I don't think I've ever had a concussion. I've never been rocked. Never ever been rocked from a punch. I was pretty good. I was pretty safe, pretty defensively sound. You know what I mean? I was always a very, very safe, defensively sound fighter back in my heyday. Yeah, I mean, Patty did look a lot bigger than Gordon, but he didn't look nearly as big as he does now. Well, you guys know that Patty absolutely is fucking... I mean, dude, somebody sent it in the Discord, but, like, the website's defunct now, but there was a guy who, like, he was a sports doctor that specifically worked for, basically like doing like safe TRT and HGH, and he had a bunch of like clients on his page, and Patty Pimblett was one of his clients. So was Tommy Fury, so was Molly McCann. Yeah. Okay, thank you for the $2, Kay. Goddamn, thank you, dude. Who wins, Volk versus Patty at lightweight right now? Volk is going to win that fight, I think, right now, probably fairly easily. Like, I think Volk would probably beat Patty at lightweight. I don't think that's close. Oh, Darth Malagus, thank you for another 100 rupees, dude. Thank you. Shay started to following you. Accept the requests, please. Oh, sure. I'll accept the request right now. Now, I think Michael Chandler's probably on more superior PEDs for sure, but, you know. Thank you. Thank you. I was able to garner 7 follow requests. Thank you, guys. Greatly appreciate it. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely we're getting there. Yeah, I mean, I guess Patty's high kicks would be like the one thing that I think he would have to use. The high kicks would be his one saving grace, potentially. Jay, when are we gonna get some fight announcements? I think it's coming soon. It's coming very soon. I don't know. I do not have an exact time frame for you, but it's coming soon. I mean, come on. Why don't you turn pro in MMA? That does not sound like a great career path, man. That does not sound like any sort of a good career path for me. That sounds actually like you would hinder any sort of money-making capability I would ever have in life. That would really hinder any sort of money-making capabilities of me if I decided to go full pro in MMA right now. There's just no way, man. There's just no way. Like, what, you want me to go to the LFA and fight like UFC caliber fighters for $500 to show up and $500 to win? You know what I mean? Maybe if I like really get to like championship LFA levels, it's like $2,500 to show up, $2,500 to win, where I have to train for months and months and months for it. I'm like, dude, there's just fucking no way. Now, I'll tell you what though, dude, Tony Ferguson right now, let's fucking do it, man. Tony Ferguson right now, let's do it. Let's do it. Give me 16 weeks right now to like really get in shape. Give me Tony Ferguson. I'll take that fight. I mean, again, I'm always training, but like not like you would need to be a pro fighter. Not anymore. I used to. The elder abuse continues. God, I can't imagine. There's probably less than 1% of the stream even remembers what you're referring to at this point. God, that was such a fucking nightmare. Oh, Colin McLangan, thank you for the $2, dude. That's crazy. Charles and Ilya fight for the interim / vacant. I mean, so what Ariel Helwani tweeted out yesterday was that it will not be for the interim. But Ilya Topuria will either be fighting Islam for the belt or he will be fighting for a vacant belt. But all we know is it ain't going to be no interim. That's what we know. Did you fire that carer? I did not fire the carer, but I did tell her. I had a talk with her for sure, and she's very nice to me now. I really had I would say it was more than a talking to I gave that lady. I gave her much worse than that. Favorite combo? My favorite combo? You know, it's a simple one, but my old reliable is jab, and right as I jab, switch stances, and then body kick off my lead leg. Jab, switch, like a simultaneous switch stance with the jab, boom, and then kick off my back leg. Give her the no, that's not what I did at all. Jesus, you guys. Fucking Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's another one I do like, Minecraft Enchantment Table. I love lead hook, heavy low kick, yeah. Dana White Contender Series alums get 10K in 2025. Do you think it's fair? I don't think it's fair. I think it should be a little bit more than that. I mean, look, I don't think it has to be anything like, look, I get it, right? It's tough, but I think 10K is rough, dude. 10K to like imagine losing your fight by a robbery decision and only getting 10K. Make it like 15-15. Make it 15-15. You know what I mean? That's nothing to the UFC. Or even make it 20K and 20K. That's nothing to the UFC. 20K, you fight 3 fights a year, you know, that could be over $100,000 a year. You know what I mean? And that's like a real decent living for getting into the UFC, and that's nothing to them. The UFC ain't going broke making it 20 and 20 as the minimum, you know? But again, I guess it just really depends on where you live, though, is the thing. It really depends on where you live. You know, if you live in the fucking mountains of Kazakhstan, 10K is a pretty good living. Or you live in Brazil, that's pretty good, you know? Well, I mean, look, Jim, I don't think 20 and 20 or even 15 and 15 is going to make that much of a difference. You're still going to have to fight 3 times a year to make a decent living, but at least you're not going to get quite as screwed off, like, losing, you know? Okay, maybe is Kazakhstan really expensive? I have a hard time believing that, but I'm also a very uncultured person typically, so I have no idea what it's like in these countries. But yeah, I mean, MMA fighters, they have to pay for the coach, they have to pay for their fucking trainers, they have to pay for the gym membership, they gotta pay for their taxes, you know? Like, it's expensive to be an MMA fighter. 10K and 10K is like 2 years of income here. Damn, really? In Georgia? You make 20K in 2 years of income? That's crazy. Oh, alrighty, guys. I'm pretty fucking tired. How long have we been going? We're going for 2.5 hours. That's a pretty solid stream. I'm pretty fucking tired. I really appreciate you guys coming. We had a great stream today. I had a lot of fun. Again, man, I'm waiting on an announcement. The second we get an announcement, I'm making a video ASAP. But as long as there's no announcement, as long as there is no news going on, keep expecting the bullshit tier lists. If nothing comes tomorrow, we're doing a girth tier list, boys. If we don't have any news, we're doing a girth tier list. All right. But thank you guys for coming. I love you all so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much.